LA Galaxy is presented by Herbalife, nutrition for a better life. SNHU, see yourself succeed at snhu.edu. StubHub, hey Galaxy fans, StubHub is your ticket out. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the LA Galaxy. And Toyota, let's go places.
And the summer of soccer hits its peak in MLS's Western Conference as the LA Galaxy return home to the StubHub Center to take on Western Conference leaders Sporting Kansas City. With the silky sounds of Joe Tatino away on TV duty, I'm Christian Miles subbing on alongside former LA assistant coach Ralph Perez. Ralph, the Galaxy have really turned things around after that horrendous start to the season. But today we look at this Sporting Kansas City team, the best in the West right now, and this could perhaps be the most difficult test of the season thus far for LA.
Well, clearly, I think one of the things is when you look at who they played some good teams on the road. They've done the business on the road, and now coming back home, it's been a while. You know, it's been too long for us fans here in Los Angeles because we've been spoiled with the success at home for a win, you know, this season at home. But clearly what they've achieved on the road is pretty phenomenal, and getting results by winning games, not tying games, but winning games, and you know, come off a fresh win on Wednesday night.
Yeah, big victory, 3-1 away to Colorado. A busy time of year for the LA Galaxy, this representing the third game in the space of 17 days. 6 games will be played in that span, so no rest for the weary. You mentioned the home and away form in sharp contrast to each other. Home woes have been very much talked about. 1 win in their first 7 games here at the StubHub, and the best road record in Major League Soccer with 5 wins from their first 8 games. And I was talking to Joe Tatino about this. What's been the difference? Because you can't remember a time when LA struggled so much at home, but yet we're so good on the road. What seems to be the difference between playing in your home stadium as opposed to being on the road?
Well, I think when you're at home, it's always more of, you know, comfort zone. You know, just the whole idea of not having to travel, staying last night in your own home, making your day longer for you as far as just relaxation and no travel. So I think, you know, one of the challenges that I think Kurt is going to probably push on these guys is that, hey, it's time to get the comforts of an advantage of playing at home. So I think that, you know, tonight playing Kansas City, this game will bring out the best of what the Galaxy has. And I think Kansas City is fully aware of how close the Galaxy are now with their road success.
Well, the best thing about coming home is you always have great weather. And the weather today in LA, specifically in Carson, a lovely 69 degrees, a perfect night for soccer. Your weather report, of course, was brought to you by Alaska Airlines. All right, we're just getting started here on LAGalaxy.com. It's Christian Miles subbing in for Joe Tatino alongside Ralph Perez. Stick around, we've got more to come right after this.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Tonight, some of the greatest artists, performers, and athletes in the world will be pouring their souls out at stadiums and theaters across this city. Tonight, thousands of fans will lose themselves in a sea of like-minded strangers. We still have a few tickets if you'd like to join. We know this may not be a convenient time for you. We know it's not easy to get out. But something amazing is going to happen tonight. And we think you should be there. StubHub, your ticket out.
Scarves up, wheels up. Buckle up, LA, for non-stop flights to more than 38 cities nationwide with Alaska Airlines. As fans of one of the most decorated clubs in league history, it's only right that you get tons of non-stop access to your favorite destinations, including many road games from one of the finest airlines in the land. Pack your bags, pack your jersey, and pack your full 90 for non-stop flights to cheer on the Galaxy when they go on the road. Scarves up, wheels up. Buckle up for non-stop flights on Alaska Airlines.
It's a new era for the LA Galaxy, with new players and familiar faces. For the past 22 years, our goal has remained the same: to be the last team standing. This is LA On Tuesday, July 4th at StubHub Center, 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on Real Salt Lake. Purchase your tickets today at lagalaxy.com/tickets.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we have just one goal: your success. As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, we're dedicated to helping the entire LA Galaxy family succeed, and that includes their fierce, die-hard fans. Choose from over 200 online degree programs and gain the skills and expertise you need to succeed in your field. Visit snhu.edu/LA Galaxy.
76 introduces The Long Cut, spending a little extra time exploring the open road. We even made a fancy new TV commercial, and we're going to have our director describe it.
So like we see these guys, and they're like, what's a long cut? Boom, they're all like, whoa, this is awesome. And then they're at a 76 station, and they're like, time for gas. And then it's like, and that is pretty much what the commercial is.
Anyway, we want to hear all about your long cuts, too. Share yours today using the hashtag 76longcut. 76. We're on the driver's side.
And we welcome you back to LA Galaxy Soccer right here on LAGalaxy.com. Christian Miles alongside Raul Perez. The build-up continues in a big game. It's match number 16 for the LA Galaxy, currently residing coming into this game in the 5th position in the Western Conference. 5 points adrift of the Western Conference leader Sporting Kansas City, who have proven to be very difficult to beat on their home ground. But much like their struggles, it's almost a direct converse. This is a team in Sporting Kansas City, Ralph, that have really had their problems on the road.
No, it's funny you say that because really I was looking at it on the break here, and, you know, with only one win on the road for them, and then, you know, 4 losses, 4 ties. So it is a funny situation, but I think that, you know, different seasons bring different things. But I think that the biggest thing for me when I look at this whole, people saying, well, how come you're not winning at home? Why not? I think a lot of people knew in previous years this was a difficult place to come and get points. And the Galaxy armor was chinked early in the part of the year, but I think that the Galaxy have had come back from the road games, those 4 in a row on the road, coming back with the idea that, hey, we're not gonna concede any more losses at home. So this one here tonight will really test the Galaxy in many ways, not only on the test on the field, but I also think it tests your mentality as a team that now you want to protect your home turf.
Yeah, everybody talks about the busy stretch. I mentioned it in the previous segment. Of course, this is the space of 6 games in 17 days. We're in the 3rd of that 6-game stretch. You take on a Sporting Kansas City team, as you talked about, 8 games at home, 6 wins and 2 draws, unbeaten. But on the road, as you mentioned, it's a different animal here, a test for them as well. But when you go through a busy stretch like this, it seems as though it's almost sink or swim time. This is when a team can come together, even though you've got a lot of absences. In fact, 7 starters unavailable tonight.
Well, I think one of the things is that, you know, in the course of a season, you're going to have these kinds of things, and it always seems to come in the summer months where, you know, injuries start to take a toll on the team. Then you have international call-ups. Then you also have, you know, just the whole thing of the schedule gets a little more compact because of internationals, matches, Open Cup matches, and then you're really thrown into where you're playing that many games in a short period of time. You knew it. You saw the schedule way back in March, so you planned for it. But I think what is shown is the depth in the Galaxy's roster to go with this heavy schedule and tweak your lineup, have players step in. A lot of guys have played, and when you look at the Galaxy roster, and João Pedro's the first guy now and was the only guy to play every game, start every game, and he's not going to start tonight. So Kurt has been very good at juggling that schedule, the roster, and let's see what happens tonight. Yeah, we'll talk about the starting lineups coming up in just a moment here. You know, you say that with a wry smile on your face. It makes things difficult with all the soccer going on, the summer of soccer, as they say, it seems to be each and every summer, but it makes things difficult for the club teams without the likes of Gio Dos Santos, all the injuries for the LA Galaxy. But for guys like you and I who love and eat and breathe and sleep this game, that it makes it a lot of fun at this time of the year, and the summer of soccer continues to roll on. Big game tonight, the LA Galaxy taking on Sporting Kansas City, a Western Conference tilt. We're going to step aside one more time, but keep it right here on LAGalaxy.com as our pregame show continues.
It's a new era for the LA Galaxy, with new players and familiar faces. For the past 22 years, our goal has remained the same, to be the last team standing. This is LA. On Tuesday, July 4th at StubHub Center, 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on Real Salt Lake. Purchase your tickets today at lagalaxy.com/tickets.
Have you considered a long cut, Gary?
What's a long cut? Radio guy?
That's not my name, Gary. Don't be rude. A long cut can be anything. First, you go to a 76 station for gas, then you go anywhere else. Like that paintball place.
Don't those things hurt?
Come on, Gary. A long cut can also be a stop at that barbecue shack.
It's like 8:15 in the morning.
A long cut is taking some time to explore anything the road has to offer. Fuel your long cut with top-tier gas from 76. 76. We're on the driver's side.
If you've ever had a full count with bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth, or if you've ever zoned in on the top corner of the net, then you might know the thrill of playing at San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. Because only one casino is all about the thrill. San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. All thrill. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Galaxy fans, Papa John's has a new offer for you this season. Every Galaxy game day, get 50% off your online order of regular menu price items using promo code GALAXY at papajohns.com. That's right. Cheer on the Galaxy every game day with 50% off your entire online order at Papa John's. Enter promo code GALAXY online at papajohns.com to redeem better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, official partner of the LA Galaxy.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
StubHub Center, can you read me?
Copy that.
We've identified an extraterrestrial aboard the spaceship. He's been secured and is open to questioning. Cosmic being, what do you want?
I'm here to gain intelligence from Earthland. You are in possession of the colorful and fizzy liquid I seek.
You mean Shasta?
Yes, I consumed Shasta and had the ultimate reaction. Equal parts fizz, fruit, and fun. I wish to experience all the Shasta. These flavors are out of this galaxy.
Oh, we've got the perfect place for you. At the StubHub Center.
Bring them home, guys.
It just has to be Shasta, the official soft drink of the LA Galaxy.
And welcome back. Kickoff just minutes away. The LA Galaxy getting set for a big Western Conference clash against the visiting Sporting Kansas City. Christian Miles alongside Ralph Perez. Take a look at the starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by City National Bank, the official bank of the LA Galaxy. And Curt Onalfo, you talk about 3 games in the space of 7 days. He's going to make 2 changes from the team that won at Colorado on Wednesday night. It's going to be in midfield as we see Rafa Garcia come in for João Pedro, who drops to the bench for the first time this season, and Jose Villarreal, who started up top or just behind Jack McBean in Colorado on Wednesday. He goes to the substitutes bench. We'll see Roman Alessandrini take his rightful spot in that LA Galaxy midfield, but it's a bit of a different role. Nevertheless, you talk about the Frenchman. We were just talking about it off the air. He has to be early favorite right now for MLS MVP.
Well, no doubt. I mean, you know, what he's been able to provide the Galaxy in his first part of this season. You know, you look at goals, 8. You look at assists, 7. His overall production has been fantastic for the Galaxy. And, you know, I'm sure that what he has right now, I think they would have been very happy with for the season. And he's already has this, and we're not even in the month of July yet. So I think he's adjusted to the league. He's adjusted and adapt to his team. And clearly is, I think, week to week fitting into the style of play that, you know, they play here in Major League Soccer. I mean, that always is an adjustment factor for all international players.
I mentioned he's going to be playing without 7 starters tonight. Roman Alessandrini coming in and playing that Gio role, and it's a new role for him. How has he adapted to that position?
Well, I think the Galaxy knew that Giovanni, once he was called up, was going to be gone, and that is made even longer now with the success of Mexico today. Now he's going to be there even further in Russia.
Spoiler alert there.
So, but I think, the bottom line for me is that he'll be fine in this position because he's a good passer. In this position, he should see more of the ball, and that's always, I think, an asset. Whatever lineup you've got out there, you want your best player to have the ball as much as possible. And so I think those opportunities that he has tonight will be a key. I am sure in the other locker room, Peter Vermes has got a big circle around. We got to pay attention to this guy and make life difficult for Ramon tonight.
Yeah, on that note, Sporting Kansas City has a full week of rest behind them. They're coming off a goalless draw, which is a little disheartening, away to San Jose last weekend. And they're going to name the same 11 that we saw up in Northern California 7 days ago. Of course, Dom Dwyer is one of the bigger names for this team, but struggling right now. 5 goals on the season, but hasn't found the back of the net in nearly 2 months. With the 4-3-3 setup, what kind of a test does this present for LA?
Well, I think the big thing tonight is that if you look at the job and the responsibilities, for me, it's going to be the 2 guys that are playing together there, Villarreal and Garcia.
Yeah.
Can they defensively do the job that they need to do to help the back 4 out? No question, I thought the other night, you got a good game from Van Dam and Romney. I thought the back 4 did a good job of working together. And I thought the last game, Clement Diop had a very good game overall. Made a big save on one of the shots that when the score was 1-1. So I think that's a positive. So I think, though, that Rafa and Jaime Villarreal have a big job tonight to do, and it's a quick turnaround, but they're young players and they can handle it. Garcia only came on late as a sub, so I think he'll be fresh and ready to go. So I think that the situation tonight is just really getting another good defensive effort.
Well, the LA Galaxy, we've talked about the positives. Let's look at Gyasi Zardes right now. He really has not hit his stride. How does he get back to the form that we saw him in the past?
Well, I looked at that, and I think one of the things is he's got to get more shots. I think, when I looked at his shot total, when you only have like 15 shots, that's not enough. I think he's got to get himself forward. I think he's got to, be a little more aggressive, and then at times maybe, look for his own play in the box individually. But overall, he's working hard. He's giving you a good defensive effort. He's playing where you need him to play, whether it's wide, whether it's up top. So you just know of his quality, that you as a coach just keep believing in him and hope that that first goal will then turn things around and get him going in the right direction, and maybe that's tonight.
And put your coaching hat on here. Where would you like to see him play positionally on the field where he can be at his best?
Well, I think the way that the Galaxy is structured tonight with just one player high, then I like where they're playing him wide on one side. I think that allows him space, that allows him to utilize his speed. I think he's a fit player, so he can usually, I feel, always puts in a great work ethic in the game to put pressure on the opposing player who's going to be dealing with him. So I think right now for him, coming back off injury and all the things that he's experienced of late, this might be the best spot for him, facing the field, the play in the goal instead of being back to goal guy.
A real big ask here, a player that's clearly lacking in confidence, has all the potential in the world, but you have to go against the best defensive line with the best defensive record in all of Major League Soccer. A Sporting Kansas City team through 17 games have allowed just 11 goals, and of course 8 of those coming on the road. So perhaps this could be the breakthrough, but if he's going to do it, it's going to be a very difficult task indeed. We'll see how Jack McBean comes along, coming off a stellar performance, perhaps the best ever of his career on Wednesday night. How does he continue that great form?
Well, I think one of the things that was good for Jack was to get the confidence, get himself there, get a goal, then getting the second goal obviously helps that confidence even greater. And he's a hard-working young man. He's been through some ups and downs in his early career here with the Galaxy, and now I think his maturity, not only physically, but I think mentally, just hearing what he had to say after the goals. He's going to give you a good, honest work as a striker, and he works hard up top. And I think that I think that last game will be a good one for him to see how he turns it around tonight.
Because it wasn't just 2 goals, and these were not tap-ins we're talking about. We're talking about what they call the jack heel or the back heel goal, and another beautiful screamer that he hit to start things off. And hard to believe, he's 22 years old, but 6 years ago he made a splash onto the scene. You mentioned he's had his peaks and valleys, had the loan spell in England. It didn't quite go according to plan. And all credit to the Newport Beach, California native who's really dug deep, stuck with it, and now starting to reap the fruits of his labor. We'll see if he can continue that good form and great touch that he demonstrated on Wednesday night. A big ask here for the LA Galaxy going against a Sporting Kansas City team sitting firmly atop the Western Conference on 27 points. And a chance for LA possibly to move as high as the 2nd position by night's end, but certainly that remains to be seen. All right, we're going to take another quick break here on LAGalaxy.com, but keep it right here. When we return, we'll have the first half kickoff. LA and Sporting next.
LA Galaxy is presented by Herbalife, nutrition for a better life. SNHU, see yourself succeed at snhu.edu. StubHub, hey Galaxy fans, StubHub is your ticket out. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the LA Galaxy. And Toyota, let's go places. It's a new era for the LA Galaxy, with new players and familiar faces. For the past 22 years, our goal has remained the same, to be the last team standing. This is LA. On Tuesday, July 4th at StubHub Center, 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on Real Salt Lake. Purchase your tickets today at lagalaxy.com/tickets.
You know what, son? Shasta Red Pop always brings me back to fireworks at the lake on the 4th of July. I can still hear those fireworks popping.
You know, I've always been a tiki punch kind of guy. Sounds like a ukulele at a luau.
Oh, California Dreamin' always brings me back to the surf and the sun of the California coast.
Remember all the Fiesta punch we drank at that backyard fiesta? If it sounds like flavor, it just has to be Shasta.
Scarves up, wheels up. Buckle up, LA, for nonstop flights to more than 38 cities nationwide with Alaska Airlines. As fans of one of the most decorated clubs in league history, it's only right that you get tons of nonstop access to your favorite destinations, including many road games from one of the finest airlines in the land. Pack your bags, pack your jersey, and pack your full 90 for nonstop flights to cheer on the Galaxy when they go on the road. Scarves up, wheels up. Buckle up for nonstop flights on Alaska Airlines.
If you've ever had a full count with bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth, or if you've ever zoned in on the top corner of the net, then you might know the thrill of playing at San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. Because only one casino is all about the thrill. San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. All thrill. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Come in now and get the 2016 you've been waiting for at Toyota's annual clearance event. Save big with an incredible $2,500 factory cash back on a new 2016 Camry, $2,000 back on a new Sienna or the redesigned Prius. Get $1,500 cash back on a new Corolla or $1,000 back on a new Tundra. It all ends September 6th, so hurry in before they're gone. Must take delivery from 2016 new car dealer stock by midnight September 6th. Offers may vary by region.
When you buy or lease any new Toyota, you get Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. There's even lockout protection and 24-hour roadside assistance. See your Toyota dealer for details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska. Toyota, let's go places.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
Game time in Major League Soccer. The LA Galaxy getting set to lock horns with the visiting Western Conference leaders, Sporting Kansas City. LA coming in with a record of 6 wins, 4 draws, and 5 defeats, residing in the 5th position in the Western Conference, and a wonderful opportunity to continue on MLS's longest unbeaten run as the LA Galaxy look to make it 9 without defeat, having not lost a game going all the way back to April 23rd when they were beaten 3-0 here at the StubHub by Seattle. It's been night and day ever since. The victories haven't come in abundance, but there's been a turn from this team. There's been a difference in mentality. What has been the key to the resurgence and that change in the mentality, Ralph?
I think there's just a good belief that they all decided that, hey, we're going to work hard for each other. We're going to work hard defensively to win the ball back. When we get it, we're going to work hard to keep it and get forward. And I think that the mentality of that, you know, such early season doubt on everyone, players, selection, coachings, and weren't given the real length of time. Fortunately, I think that management said, hey, let's see this thing through. Let's give Kurt and his staff a chance. We got a lot of new players. We got a lot of youth being served, and it's paid off. And they've turned it around, and look where they are tonight, where they're, you know, an opportunity with a win could be 2 points out of first.
Yes, indeed. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and those sentiments really echoed by head coach Kurt Onalfo after that big 3-1 away victory to Colorado on Wednesday night. He said, hey, that early adversity, when we lost 5 of our first 7 games, has made us a better group. We have come together despite being without 7 starters tonight. This is a team that is oozing with belief, but they've found a steel and resilience in their mentality. It will be tested to the utmost tonight because Sporting Kansas City, when they take the pitch, all 11 of their players mean business. We shall see. Certainly trying to improve upon a desperate record on the road with just 1 win in 9 games on their travels. The good news for them is LA have really struggled here at their home ground at the StubHub with just 1 win in 7, 3 draws along with 3 defeats. So a chance to really improve and continue that momentum here for the LA Galaxy after a big midweek victory over the Rapids. It's another Western Conference tilt, the 59th meeting between these two. LA currently shading it right now, winning 24 of the previous 58, and Sporting Kansas City with 20 victories. An interesting side note when it comes to these two teams, the home team really usually has it. That's really the conventional logic. The last 11 games, the home team has not lost a match as Sporting Kansas City go in search of their first win here at StubHub against the Galaxy since 2010. Happy to have you along. Christian Miles subbing in tonight for Joe Tatina, who's on big shot duty on the big screen. Christian Miles alongside Ralph Perez, and we have a good one. The biggest test of the season looming tonight so far for a banged up, injury-riddled LA Galaxy. And LA will begin by attacking the east goal, backed by the Galaxians as well as the Angel City Brigade. LA in their home white, Clement Diop at the back. We are underway as Sporting Kansas City control from the kickoff here to their captain, Matt Besler, who's part of that central defensive partnership alongside Ike Opara. And Graham Zusi on it here on the near side, playing it right back tonight for the visitors. A team that likes to possess and knock it around the park. They have an attractive style and some pretty impressive players in midfield, most notably former USA international Benny Feilhaber. He spent a lot of his youth in Irvine, and the new Spaniard on the scene, Ilie Sanchez, who was brought up through the Barcelona system. Here's Zusi again on the early touch, and LA yet to put a foot on it. And they could spend a lot of time tonight absorbing a lot of the possession and pressure as Diop comes out. Great start here for Sporting, and nearly put in was Latif Blessing, the Ghanaian, on a defensive breakdown. And we saw another adventurous decision made by the LA Galaxy goalkeeper, Clement Diop.
Yeah, I think that one he needs to stay home. Was a long ball through. And great recovery there, though, by Smith to break that play up. Otherwise, it was going to be a goal.
So first corner of the evening taken short here by Sporting, and the flag is up on the near side, and LA will have a chance to possess for the first time this evening, but a defensive breakdown that has to be concerning right now for LA.
And they had 2 of those early in the game in Colorado before they scored. They scored in the 4th minute. They had one of those a minute in and about 2.5 minutes in.
A game that could have gone either way, and LA dodging those early bullets. Eventually swept a safety that time by Dave Romney, who partners the captain Jelle Van Damme once again in the center of that LA Galaxy defense. Nathan Smith playing it right back tonight for the injured Bradley Diallo, and of course the ever-reliable Ashley Cole at 36 years of age, shoring up the left back role. But here is Latif Blessing onside, and it's Romney does well to link up with Smith as LA win it back. Clever back heel from Zardes to pick out Garcia, who tries to make the most of his start in place of João Pedro, who hits the bench for the first time this season. Talk about big shoes to fill. A lot will be asked of that partnership in the center of the park between he and Jaime Villarreal, who raised a lot of eyebrows with a decent performance that earned some good reviews on Wednesday night. Jelle Van Damme just possessing inside his own half. Likes to go on those scampers forward past the halfway line. Tries to leave it off for Cole, who wasn't quite aware of it. Those two just not on the same page, so a throw in here for Sporting Kansas City.
Well, on that one, Ashley thought, well, I better stop and cover just in case for a turnover while Jelle was going forward, and then Jelle thought he'd still go and continue the movement wide.
And such an orthodox center back in Jelle Van Damme. Usually it's the fullbacks making those runs, but Cole forced to stay home. You can see Jelle making those adventurous forays into the attacking half as the night progresses. Meanwhile, Sporting back on it, cheaply given away and claimed to the center of the park here by Gyasi Zardes, trying to get back on track, playing in that wide role on the right-hand side, finds his way to an onside. Jack McBean plays it out in front, right decision made before it's intercepted and cleared away by Kansas City's Matt Besler. LA knocking on the door here.
Well, that one there was a ball that was blocked by Espinoza's pass and turned into a good counter.
Here's Zardes, desperate to find his goal-scoring touch. Hasn't found the back of the net yet this season. Trying to take on Blessing, who's dropped all the way back to tend to the defensive duties, and it will be a goal kick as it runs past the end line. Easier said than done. Sporting Kansas City with the league's best defensive record, having conceded just 11 goals with 9 shutouts this season. An incredible stat, and as a foul comes in at midfield, Nathan Smith just chopped down and quickly taken on the free kick for LA.
That is an impressive stat. You know, anytime you hold the opponent to no goals is a great achievement.
Zardes finds the pocket, and Romain Alessandrini, the Frenchman who's red hot as of late, gets his first touch. Here's Boateng, the Ghanaian, puts in a decent looking cross. Rising is McBean on that far post, and just couldn't get ahead to it. Wonderful idea by the Galaxy, but it just doesn't quite come off. And in hopes of getting it back, Alessandrini fouling Latif Blessing, and it will be a free kick here for the visitors.
Well, you know, it's a good ball that was whipped in there, and you know, Jack just the timing of it, just couldn't get there to get his head on that one. But good work there by the Galaxy early.
Emma Boateng, most noted for his pace, but he's really put in some delicious crosses, as they say, this season. And his service is vastly improved. He'll need it to be on top form tonight as Besler brings it up now for Sporting. Romain Alessandrini tightly man-marking the Spaniard Sanchez. Center of the park now for Sporting, and Roger Espinoza, the talented Honduran, leaves it off for Besler, who moves his way into the Galaxy half. He's got Sesinovic wide on the left-hand side as it drops back to the captain. This is Ike Opara, just inside the center circle now. Zusi on the near side. Closed down well by Ashley Cole. There's a calm, confident demeanor about this Sporting team as the long diagonal hits Sinovic. Flag is down. Sinovic's got the options, and well defended by Nathan Smith. The deflection out, the cross in. Trying to link up with Dom Dwyer, who can't control it with his first touch. And sneaking in there is Emma Boateng, who wins it back for LA. Timely intervention there from the little Ghanaian. Alessandrini touches back for Garcia, who coughs it up. Trying to link up with McBean, but won by Opara. Sporting get it back, no whistle now, and finally it comes in late. Sporting take it quickly. You know, possession, not everything, but certainly that's a category that no doubt Sporting are going to win tonight, Ralph.
Yeah, they're very good on the ball, and they got a lot of good midfielders, as you mentioned.
This one pushed over to the right-hand side. Zusi put himself in a good spot, but his cross just overcooked a bit. So a goal kick here for Clement Diop and the Galaxy. Nearly 7 minutes gone, and rather open-natured to this one, not closed off at all. And of course, that makes it pretty easy on the eye.
Well, I think one of the things that you see right away is great spacing, good positional play by Sporting KC, and the confidence that every guy that's on the ball, you know, no panic, no urgency to do the job.
Clement Diop making his 3rd consecutive start in replacement of Brian Rowe. He continues to be hampered with injuries. As I mentioned, 7 starters. Bobby Rogers out for the season with that ankle problem. Seba Lletget still rehabbing that broken foot. Daniel Steres succumbing to a hamstring problem as of late. Baggio Husidic still out with that broken leg. And of course, Gio Dos Santos away with Mexico on international duty. El Tri, by the way, victorious today in the Confederations Cup against Russia, so they have moved on to the next phase. And of course, rounding out the injury list, Jermaine Jones continues to nurse his knee ligament problem. Benny Feilhaber leaves it wide. Sinovic aggressively positioned on the left-hand side here for Sporting. They're forward-minded, that's for sure. The touch from Blessing, who's got speed to burn. Espinosa defers to Opara, who's come into the LA Galaxy half. Holding up strong is big, strong Dom Dwyer, but he's matched up against Jelle Van Damme, and that should be fascinating as the night progresses. Dwyer puts the cross in, deflection in, and another nervous moment back there before it's finally cleared over the end line. 2nd corner of the evening coming up here for Sporting.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the Galaxy have had such a rash of injuries. As you read that list, and one of the guys that we omitted there, and I just thought about him because I saw a piece on him the other day, is Sebastian Lletget, you know, another player that was going to really be playing a major role this year for the Galaxy. So you got to give Kurt and his staff great credit.
Zusi takes it short. Feilhaber thumps one over. Good header, and it was on for Sporting. Opara as well as Dom Dwyer both converging on goal. And once again, hearts of flutter there for Clement Diop. LA come away unscathed, but the chance was there for the taking, Ralph.
Yeah, it was a great ball in. You know, it's one of those balls that you take a corner, you don't hit it, you drive it in, you cut it back to the top of the box. And a nice first time crossing ball to the back post. And actually, I think they got in each other's way a little bit. If Dwyer maybe has a clearer look at it, he might be able to do a better job with that.
It's a couple of nervous moments back there for the LA defense. Clement Diop, I mentioned, getting the start here. What are your thoughts on his play so far this season and how he has performed in replacement of Rowe?
Well, I think, you know, one of the challenges that they probably have asked him is to be a little bit more stay at home, not as out, you know, coming off his line so deep. So, you know, he's got to learn a little bit. He's young. He's made the move up from USL 2 to now the MLS. And they got a lot of confidence in him, Kurt and his staff.
And recently capped by the Senegalese national team. He made his debut earlier this month against Uganda in a goalless draw in Africa. And of course, Clement Diop, you mentioned how young he is. He's 23 years of age, the Frenchman. He's been linked with a move back to his native country as well as some other clubs around Europe. Turning out to be a pretty hot property, but goalkeeping anything but a solid and stable position for LA. Touch now for Espinosa. Sporting leave it off for Zusi. Just on the edge of the penalty area, closed down by Ashley Cole, who drops it back for Espinosa, angles one in for Dwyer, and the flag goes up offside against Sporting. And while we've got a moment, single game tickets to each of the LA Galaxy's home matches at the StubHub Center during the 2017 MLS regular season are now on sale. Tickets start as low as $25 to purchase today. All you have to do is call 1-8773-GALAXY or head to the website lagalaxy.com/tickets. Here's Alessandrini operating in that Gio Dos Santos role. And Dos Santos' absence will be prolonged as Mexico have advanced on to the next phase of the Confederations Cup. A little bitter with the sweet for soccer fans here in LA, especially those of the El Tri variety. Here's Rafa Garcia, starting for the first time alongside Jaime Villarreal in central midfield. It's coughed up now, and here comes Gerso Fernandez leaving it off for Zusi, but intercepted nicely by Jelle Van Dam, who nearly found his way forward all the way up to Jack McBean, but great anticipation by the big Belgian Van Dam.
Yeah, it was a ball that, you know, if he finds Susie earlier with more quality off that interception there, could have been dangerous for the Galaxy, but again, nicely broken up by Van Dam.
So athletic at 6'3" Van Dam, getting a little bit long in the tooth, but still a robust 33 years of age. And that long diagonal indeed is his bread and butter. Meanwhile, Latif Blessing working on the right-hand side, working his way past Nathan Smith. It's squared up atop, it's Dwyer, and it's held by Clement Diop. Good opportunity here, not enough power though from the English-born striker, operating just above the penalty area. Easy enough for Diop. Dwyer, by the way, part of that provisional squad for the USA, named by the former Galaxy head coach Bruce Arena for the upcoming Gold Cup. The final 23 will be announced tomorrow. Tom Dwyer, of course, recently getting his eligibility in American citizenship earlier this year, so has not yet represented the Stars and Stripes, so we could see him very much a lot of those players on the bubble for Bruce Arena's Gold Cup squad. Meanwhile, Romney takes over. Forward ball now, Alessandrini. Well, somehow or another found themselves between the right back and center half, but couldn't put enough on it to beat the Sporting goalkeeper, Tim Melia.
Well, he brought that ball down exquisite. You know, with his left foot, got it down. Just couldn't catch it all, but again, there's what Kansas City's got to be worried about tonight, is his little movements into those gaps.
You haven't seen a left foot that sweet in Major League Soccer, you'd have to say, since Brad Davis. Former Houston Dynamo, and of course, spent a little time with Sporting as well. Roman, not to say that he's one-dimensional, but that left foot is indeed special, and certainly capable of much, much better. He of 8 goals and 7 assists on target with a very cheeky penalty kick, what they call the Panenka, against Tim Howard on Wednesday night for LA's third. You talk about confidence. He's got it in boatloads.
Yes, he does. He definitely sent Timmy one way and then just chipped it right down the middle.
What'd you make of that?
I didn't anticipate that, but that shows me confidence and shows me that, you know, he's very, very, very composed player.
There's always that old superstition, beware of the left-footed penalty kick taker. What do you think about that?
Well, you know, it's just like the southpaw in boxing. They're hard guys to read. I mean, you know.
He certainly camouflaged it well against Howard. Shades of Andrea Pirlo at the Euros back in 2012, when he humiliated Joe Hart in between the pipes for the Three Lions. Back to Melia and showing off his skills with his feet. The goalkeeper all the way for Opara sends it up, and a very good ball for Zusi, who just crosses the halfway line before he's closed down by the feisty Emma Boateng, who's really found quite a home on the left-hand side of this Galaxy midfield. Here's Ilie Sanchez, one of the rare touches for the Spaniard. Very highly rated by Peter Vermes, the Sporting manager. Clumsy challenge that time from Garcia on that near side, bringing down the likes of Gerson Fernandez, the Guinea-Bissau international.
See, this was not smart on Ashley's part to grab the ball and throw it 15 yards the other way and not get on the referee's, you know, nerve a little bit. And, you know, those are things that, you know, the refs don't, you know, he's not going to book him. He's going to let him slide. But the next time, I'm sure it won't be a slide. It'll be a booking.
Yes, indeed. And two feisty characters. Baldomero Toledo is now in his 14th season as an MLS referee. He's calmed a bit over the years, but Ashley Cole has not. Feisty as he was back in his Arsenal days. And getting into a contentious challenge that's really given up a free kick here for Graham Zusi and Sporting Kansas City at the midpoint in the Galaxy half here on the near side. And Zusi standing over with his right foot, or it could be Gerson Fernandez with the left. It's going to be Zusi who curls one in right off the head and goes past the goal line. Goal kick now for the Galaxy. Tough to see who got ahead on that one, Ralph.
No, it was difficult to see who got a piece of it. And at first, when it came off the head, it looked like it was going to be dangerous.
Looked as though it might have been Dom Dwyer, and he likes to mix it up. One of those big, robust, prototypical English strikers who utilizes the physical aspect of the game. We are goalless here. First quarter of an hour in the books at the StubHub Center. Big game for the LA Galaxy, looking for their second home win of the season. Their first since early April. If they could just find that form that they have on the road here at StubHub, they'd put themselves in fine fettle. As Ralph mentioned, a chance to make some headway up the Western Conference standings and really chip away at that 5-point gap between themselves and the visitors tonight. You stand atop above all others in the West right now and amongst MLS's best. Here's Jaime Villarreal now in his first ever Major League Soccer start at the StubHub Center, after making his first ever Major League Soccer start in his career on Wednesday night. Throw in now on the near side. Ashley Cole inside the Sporting half. Defers to Jaime Villarreal, the younger of the Villarreal brothers. The older Villarreal, Jose, sitting on the bench tonight. Here's Nathan Smith dropping it back now for Romney. Van Dam hovering at that halfway line. Thinks about putting it long, and it's intercepted off the foot of Espinosa. Throw in on the near side down for LA. Galaxy fans in full throat. A lot of home support trying to kick them into gear. Rafa Garcia with eyes for Jack McBean, gets ahead to it, out comes the keeper, Opara. A little indecisive back there, and not what you want to see if you're a Sporting fan, but in the end clears it away, and LA have their first corner of the evening.
Yeah, I think again there, a little bit of a, almost like, touchant on just getting the ball out and clearing it. So Galaxy forced them into giving up a corner here, and then let's see what they could do with this restart.
So it's Roman Alessandrini looking for his 8th assist of the season. Incredible hand in 15 of LA's 24 goals this year. What a campaign, what a signing he has been. The former Marseille man, an outcast in Europe and making himself quite a home in Southern California. 20th minute now and a chance for the breakthrough. Van Dam's been called forward along with Romney. All the tall timber forward as Baldomero Toledo will have his conversation with the Galaxy captain Van Dam. And some discrepancy perhaps. It's going to be, I believe, Seth Sinovic, who's been ordered to the sideline by referee Baldomero Toledo, much to the protest of the Sporting left back. Peter Vermes, the Sporting Kansas City head coach, protesting as well. And it seems to be an issue with his shirt, and it might be a blood issue. Don't want to speculate. So he's going to have to change his top, and on this corner kick, this is, talk about a chance to feast. They're down to 10 men. Alessandrini takes it to the near post, and it had a line towards Van Dam, but it's intercepted by Sporting, headed away by Dwyer, and Boateng controls for the Galaxy. Up and over the top, out comes Melia, the goalkeeper, who opts to punch only as far as Nathan Smith, who's got acres of space on the right-hand side, puts in the cross, but it's blocked on the left. Sporting still down to 10 men. Latif Blessing trying to orchestrate a counter-attack. It's going to be a 3v5, and it's won back brilliantly before Sporting Kansas City get it back themselves. Jaime Villarreal doing very well initially, and finally play stopped, and a chance for Sporting to restore the balance on the field, and the fans don't like it one iota. And just a reminder, it's Stars, Stripes, and Bright Lights. Enjoy your 4th of July with the LA Galaxy as they get set to take on Real Salt Lake. Coming up on Tuesday, the 4th at 7:30 p.m. Don't forget to stick around for the post-match fireworks show. I caught this last year. It is good stuff, very good entertainment. If you want a ticket, they start as low as $25. They're on sale now on the website, lagalaxy.com/tickets. So Sinovic back on, Beasler in possession. Sporting going back to their modus operandi, as they say. Here's Zusi inside his own half on the near side, slips his way past Boateng. Zusi also on that provisional Gold Cup squad. Of course, a big part of the USA setup over the years, especially with Jurgen Klinsmann. Here's Roger Espinosa. He's been to 4 World Cups. He winds one up and parried away. Catastrophic error. And Sporting have scored on a blunder by Clement Diop. A gift from the Galaxy keeper as a long-range effort from Espinosa is parried into his own goal by Clement Diop. A disaster. No way you can look at it otherwise. Sporting 1, LA 0.
Well, Espinosa really pings this ball, but it's right at him. And I think he decided, okay, I'm not going to try to catch it because it's hit so hard. So he's just going to box it, parry it away. But he boxes it in a position where he hits it down, and it just goes down and through into the back of the net. And that's one that I'm sure the goalkeeper coach is not going to be happy with. I know Kurt's not happy. It's a mistake, and clearly a soft goal.
Head in hands, Clement Diop, brilliant at times, but he's had his fair share of mistakes this year. That is the breakdown of Clement Diop. You take the good with the bad, and it's more of the latter right now. The goal will be the first of the season for Roger Espinosa, who owes a lot of his good fortune to the French goalkeeper. And now what kind of a response will we see from LA? And Emma Boateng taking the bull by the horns, calls his own number after winning it and summoning the first save of the evening for Melia in the Sporting goal.
Well, that's kind of a tough one, you know. When you let a goal in like that, it surely, you know, deflates the team. Obviously, Kansas City looks at that as a gift that they'll obviously take. And now you got to rebound and you got to regroup and just, you know, go back to work. And Boateng did a nice one there, intercepting and going 40 yards with the ball and taking a shot.
Brian Rose still out with that groin problem. So Clement Diop will not get the clean sheet. Now in his 8th career appearance, his 3rd consecutive. An uphill climb now for LA on their home ground. Here's Feilhaber. Leaves it for Gerson Fernandez. On the run is Zusi, and now suddenly Sporting looking very confident. Drops his shoulder, but can't beat Ashley Cole. I'll tell you what, all 36 years of age of him, Ashley Cole winning that battle, that duel between the two veterans.
Defended that one well.
Big switch wide on the left-hand side, Sinovic. Marked up by Jassi Zardes. Here's Matt Beasler at midfield now. And the number 6, playing that number 6, Ilie Sanchez, the Spaniard. He'll drop it back. He's the orchestrator, the fulcrum in the center of the park here for Sporting Kansas City. He's changed their approach. A lot of these Sporting players, including their head coach as well, has said, hey, he's been revolutionary to the way we approach the game. Near side now for Gerson Fernandez. He's their top goal scorer this year with 6. It's come out wide for Sinovic, who's got some space just in front of Nathan Smith. Leaves it off now. Blessing trying to turn past Romney. Blessing getting himself in a precarious situation before LA win it back. Risky ball back from Steres into his own penalty area, and it's Kansas City winning it back. Dwyer can't get a hold of it, and finally Diop covers up what almost was a comedy of errors for LA. Steres not clearing it, trying to send it back for Cole, who was unnecessarily put under pressure. My goodness.
That was like almost Russian roulette there. I mean, they were just playing with chances there to give the Kansas City almost to get that second goal. Luckily, that all worked out, and they didn't see the goal.
And that's the downside of that modern-day approach, where teams trying to build out of the back as opposed to, hey, you know, just sometimes you just got to hoof it and get out of danger.
No doubt. I mean, it just comes a period of time that just put it out of danger and then regroup.
Well, perhaps we're just too old school. I don't know.
No, I don't think it's old school. I think it's smart school.
Well put. Meanwhile, Sporting win it back. Dwyer dropping back to midfield. Superb physical condition. Dwyer now closed down by Emma Boateng. Drops it back in. Sinovic is on. Looks to the linesman. Flag is down. Onside for Sporting. Chased down by Benny Feilhaber. Operating on the left now. Beasler. Also on that provisional Gold Cup squad. Trying to impress. His last opportunity to do so before the final roster is decided tomorrow by Bruce Arena. Feilhaber trying to link up, does well with Dwyer, but puts it right into the path of Smith. Back to his goalkeeper. Good feet that time from Diop. Smith under pressure by Sinovic, and it will come out for a goal kick.
It's really kind of funny, you know, the way the lights are working tonight on the field as far as brightness, you know. I mean, we're going from that, you know, sunset period, but it just doesn't seem to really be bright. And, you know, but, you know, again, the Galaxy really have to get themselves going a little bit. I mean, they basically have had maybe 2 shots, but really nothing that you would say, hey, that really was a challenging shot.
Curt Onalfo pulling the strings right now, and you have to say, in the last couple of months, Onalfo has pushed all the right buttons, making those 2 changes from Wednesday night, bringing in Rafa Garcia for João Pedro, a bold decision, but when you've got 3 games in a week, you got to rest somebody, right? And Roman Alessandrini, that's a no-brainer, as Boateng is bowled over inside the penalty area, just skirting the box on the inside track, and the Galaxy fans, including the Angel City Brigade, want a penalty kick, but Baldomero Toledo not at all interested, so it will be a corner kick. That is all for the Galaxy. We've seen him given for less, Ralph.
Yeah, I think on that one there was no penalty. I think, you know, he went hard, he went low center of gravity, and then just got a little, you know, if we get the replay here, it's a good view right now that we're looking at. And he just went down, I think.
Alessandrini, meanwhile, puts it right into that area. Garcia now takes a hit just outside the box, and it fell sweetly to the long-time Galaxy servant, but he couldn't steer it on target. You are spot on, my friend, about that non-call. It would have been very harsh against Sporting. 2 balls on the field, by the way, before Iko Parra clears it away. Sporting in possession. Just the 1 shot on target so far for LA. Nothing really too serious for Tim Melia in that Sporting goal to deal with just yet. LA trying to put an end to that as it drops back for Romney. Van Dam, his partner now, will opt for Diop, who's very good with his feet. We saw a lot of that on good display last year in the USL while he's making a name for himself with Los Dos. By the way, in action against Sacramento Republic. Sacramento Republic also calling once again on Wednesday in the 5th round of the US Open Cup. If you're available, get on down here. It should be a good one. A round of 16 already upon us, and LA trying to make their way into that final 8 once again, extend, which by then could be an unbeaten streak of 12 games. Remember, 10 unbeaten in all competitions. 8 in MLS and 2 in US Open Cup. Here's Jaime Villarreal with space. First time chip over. McBean chests it down. Can't quite bring it down. Boateng takes a stab, takes a deflection in, and held in the end by Melia, who gives a good shout to the referee's assistant, pleading for offside and also wanted a handball. First real legitimate shadow of a chance there for Jack McBean, but couldn't quite seize the moment. Meanwhile, Sporting take right back over thanks to Gerson Fernandez, who has the big switch wide now for Seth Sinovic. Kansas City born and raised is Sinovic. Can't find his way past Zardes and Smith. A little casual, but Romney, no nonsense clearance this time. He won't make the same mistake twice, that's for sure. And a whistle at midfield. And while we've got a moment, just a reminder, you can support the LA Galaxy Foundation and browse their in-game auction from the comfort of your own home. Just text the word Galaxy to 52182 to register and start bidding on partially worn jerseys today by your LA Galaxy players. The auction, of course, will close 1 hour after kickoff, so hurry up and start your browsing now. Well, half an hour gone here. And just an idea of what's going through your head right now, Ralph. What do you make of the first 30 minutes?
Well, I just think the Galaxy right now, once they get the ball into that middle third, they're just not really finding Alessandro. They're not really finding, you know, Zardes or Boateng enough to build and get some things going in their offensive prowess right now.
Just trying to get into some sort of a flow. Far and away, so it's Sporting the better too. And Gerson Fernandez, a brilliant turn. He's chopped down from behind, and Baldomero Toledo is going to dole out his first card. And now a little bit of a melee. Fernandez down. Feilhaber clashing with Van Dam, whose tempers flare in Carson. And right now, Baldomero Toledo trying to keep a lid on things because it's getting a little contentious. Rafa Garcia right at the center of it.
Well, that was a clear yellow card. You know, the youngster got him from behind. And as we'll see the replay here in our booth, you know, he gets away, and then just as he gets away, he gets clipped. And obviously, Garcia, who's always the policeman, he comes over to protect his teammates as well as Van Dam as the captain.
So the booking confirmation goes to Jaime Villarreal, who chops down Fernandez. He was converging on Fernandez along with Garcia, who never backs away from a fight, the former matador at Cal State Northridge.
Well, a little while ago on our big scoreboard, they showed a guest international player here.
Ooh.
Griezmann was here. And they
Griezmann or Gignac?
No, Griezmann. It was up in the, they put his name and face up there.
My goodness, you talk about Hollywood elite in the soccer world. Antoine Griezmann, part of the Atletico Madrid setup. Should have brought my Atletico Madrid t-shirt tonight. I knew it.
Good player, very good player.
And really pledging his future to Diego Simeone and Atletico, despite being linked with the move to Manchester United. Meanwhile, the free kick, here comes Sporting, out comes the goalkeeper, bicycle kick, it is in, it is spectacular, and it's Sporting Kansas City off a wonder strike, making it 2-0 here, and rattling LA Galaxy. What a hit from the defender, Ike Opara, who fortuitously found himself in a wonderful spot. And Opara grabs his second goal of the season as Sporting double up 35 minutes in.
You can't let that ball bounce in your box, number one. You know, they let the ball be played in. It gets over the top, and then he just gets himself in a good position. The keeper comes flying, and Opara does a nice job. And that's the second goal I've seen today where the keeper lets a ball bounce. It was the same game with the Mexico. And, you know, you got to come and get those balls if you can. And obviously a great play by Opara, but again, the Galaxy defense really not reacting the way you want to on a ball that's cleared.
So the former Wake Forest Demon Deacon makes it that much more difficult here for LA, 2-0. And you have to say a little bit of indecision amongst the LA Galaxy defenders along with the blunder committed by Clement Diop has been their downfall. Nathan Smith caught ball watching on that, allowing it to bounce. Mike Opara says thank you very much. Goal number 2, and suddenly a hill to climb becomes that much more of a mountain. Something's got to change here for LA. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Can they get it right? Espinosa trying to play it forward, chased down by Romney. My goodness, the home woes continue.
Yes, and realistically right now, I think what you want to do is just say, all right, let's keep our heads. It's 9 minutes still to go in this half. Let's get regrouped the best way we know how and see what we can do here.
LA able to win it back. This is Ashley Cole in possession. This is where LA could use some of it right now. A good spell. Just trying to get a foot on the ball. They drop it back for Jelle Van Dam, who links up with Boateng, who's chopped down by Zusi, and free kick here for LA. Roman Alessandrini cutting a silent figure. He's been a virtual ghost tonight. Not too many touches. They've got to figure out a better way to get him more involved. Here's Jaime Villarreal, just booked. Yellow card, the first of the season for the Inglewood product. Played up for Alessandrini, can't control it with his first touch. Zusi pressured by Boateng deep in his own third. Sanchez dropping back as well on Sporting's behalf. And thumped out at play by Graham Zusi, throw in for Ashley Cole. Well, they need to get it together here in the last 10 minutes of the first half. They want to take something positive. Garcia getting the start tonight for João Pedro. Garcia thumps one across inside the box now. Smith trying to head it forward. Cleared away by Beasler and brought down by Feilhaber, who lumps it forward. Jelle Van Damme now, and it's very much a defensive posture right now, Ralph, adopted in this 4-3-3 setup by Sporting Kansas City. Big ask here against the best defensive record in MLS. Sporting eyeing their 10th shutout of the season, and what a coup it would be for them as they aim for just their second win on their travels this year. Taken over by Alessandrini, trying to provide the fireworks. Zusi gets in, confusion. Melia gets a hand to it. It drops for McBean just on the edge of the box. He's got Smith with him. Nice little 1-2 game, but it's given away. And here comes Sporting behind Latif Blessing. The young Ghanaian's got speed to burn, and a super tackle at midfield by Rafa Garcia, who won't get the throw in.
Well, it's a second half. You know, when you think about it, there's plenty of time. But what the Galaxy have to do in this first half is just to make sure that they don't give another counter or any type of goal to go down 3. They just got to make sure now they sort themselves out, which I think they're doing better right now.
Yeah, it seemed to garner a little bit more self-belief, digging in after that second goal from Opara. Both goals coming off those defensive errors. Clement Diop knuckling in off the punch on that drive earlier on from Roger Espinosa. And then 12 minutes later, Ike Opara with the overhead as it bounced inside the penalty area. That's where we stand here. 6 minutes to go until halftime. Sporting in possession. Sanchez, the Spaniard, leaving it off for the Honduran Espinosa. And a smart ball wide at midfield now for Sinovic, who comes forward from the left-hand side. Here's Benny Feilhaber trying to pull the strings right now for Sporting. They certainly can stroke it around the park, that's for sure.
Well, they get into good positions between Espinosa, Feilhaber, and the Spaniard. I mean, the three of them just really get into nice positions to support each other. And whenever in doubt, they just go back to their 2 center backs and start again.
You wonder what's going through Curt Onalfo's mind on the LA Galaxy sideline. Been a great run for him. 4 wins and 4 ties since that catastrophic start when everybody was really starting to doubt Curt Onalfo. Never wavered, made that bold decision to bring out Jelle Van Damme, and that really garnered a lot of respect. You want to talk about Huevos Grande, that certainly took a lot of them, and bring off one of the bigger name players for LA and Jelle Van Damme. And it's Van Damme and his defense being tested right now. Sporting back on it for Benny Feilhaber. Just inside or outside the center circle. Sanchez, beautiful touch inside the circle now. Beasler. Sanchez. Sinovic off on the run. And the flag is up offside against the Sporting left back. And while we've got a moment, Galaxy fans, your bags, you can pack them up and fly Alaska Airlines to an away Galaxy match this season. Alaska and the Galaxy are offering you, the fan, the opportunity to support the team in Seattle with 20% off flights, a free game ticket, and a Galaxy backpack. Visit LAGalaxy.com/flyalaska to book your discounted flight today. And Alessandrini will try his luck from long range and gets that one wrong and holds up his hand in recognition of his error. But hey, you got to buy a lottery ticket if you want to win, right?
That is true.
Nothing too threatening. Alessandrini slowly but surely, Ralph, starting to get himself more involved.
Well, I think one of the things that makes this team difficult to defend, meaning Kansas City, is that you know, they just have good confidence in just playing the ball from the back third to the middle third, working, looking for opportunities, whether Savonik on one side or Susie on the other side.
Here's Zusi, meanwhile, right back to work. He's really found a home in his converted fullback position, one that's translated to a few call-ups as well for the USA. Traditionally a winger, but it's not the first time we've seen it. We've seen it with Robbie Rogers, seen it, of course, another Galaxy player, Chris Albright.
Well, I think if you decide that you're going to, you know, want to send players forward out of an outside back position, you surely want someone who is technical when he gets there, so that it's not a turnover.
Bruce Arena doing it earlier to Marcus Beasley. Meanwhile, Gerso Fernandez has a go. Speculative at best, but they paid off in the first goal for Sporting. They've got themselves another corner kick. It's going to be the third of the evening here for the visitors, looking for their first win in Carson in 7 long years. All 3 meetings last year ending in draws. The lone meeting here at the StubHub last June was goalless in a match that saw LA register just 1 shot, which was an MLS record low. Belted in off the head of Cole at the near post. Well dealt with on the corner kick, and a chance now for the Galaxy to break. However, Sporting able to keep possession. Here's Ilie Sanchez in his first year Major League Soccer. Lovely ball played over wide on the left-hand side for an onside Feilhaber, closed down by Zardes. 2 men trying to fight their way back into the national team setup, and last off of the LA Galaxy men, throw now for Sporting.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see who Bruce does pick on that squad, because he's got a lot of options there, a lot of different guys from different MLS teams to pick and choose from.
And already with the 40-man squad, oh, great work on that left. Blessing having a very good evening, skinning defenders left and right, and Romney trying to clear it away, and it will be a throw just close to that corner flag for Nathan Smith. That'll be interesting. A few of these players tonight with a chance to show for the Stars and Stripes in this summer of soccer. Here's Graham Zusi at midfield. Gerso Fernandez filling that spot on the right-hand side. McBean trying to put some pressure now. LA starting to come out of their shell slowly but surely. Sanchez in that pocket just inside the LA half. And it's intercepted nicely. Good reading of the game by Jaime Villarreal, but Zardes can't control. The goal scorer Espinosa, big switch for Zusi. Plays it just past the halfway line. Good movement from Feilhaber, who's drifted in. First time hit across. It was on for Dwyer. Adroit defending. And what I mean by that, it was a good piece of skill and good reading of the game by Romney, who really looked to have stopped Sporting's third. 1 minute will be added on here as we end the first half. Garcia. And this would be a real big coup, my friend, if LA could get 1 goal to the good heading into halftime and lift their spirits. And Sporting, no doubt, really came to play tonight.
Well, we knew that was going to happen. I mean, we knew you were going to get their best shot.
Alessandrini from deep inside lays it for Boateng, who cuts middle now. Jaime Villarreal in the center of the park. About 50 yards away, Smith in, goes down inside the penalty area. The referee not even flinching. Jaime Villarreal chips on the reverse. Zardes trying to knock it down for McBean, and finally cleared away by Sinovic. And it'll be the 3rd corner of the night now for LA, and this could be exactly what the doctor ordered. Jelle Van Damme coming forward, licking his chops along with Big Dave Romney. All 6'2" of him in the 6'3". Jelle Van Damme. Can Alessandrini find the target? And on the delivery, the Frenchman puts it right in. Van Damme rises. And so does his header, unfortunately.
Well, you know, one of the things that now, you know, when you say to yourself, okay, hey, at least for me, I think that the last 10 minutes, the Galaxy showed me some something there where they were able to regroup a little bit and get themselves back on track in the sense of getting a little bit more offensive flow.
Well, that's going to do it. 45 minutes in the books here, and not the best of first halves here for the LA Galaxy, Ralph.
No, I think, you know, it was a circumstance of just really two, I think, breakdowns. You know, I mean, the first one there was a hard shot. He's trying to do the right thing by just boxing it, but when he boxed it, it hit the bottom of his fist and went down and actually deflected and went through. And then on the second one, as you mentioned, the defense doesn't react well. It bounces in the box. Little bicycle there by Opara, and then a poor reaction overall, and it goes in, and the Galaxy find themselves down 2-0 in a game where, you know, you're looking at it. I'm not sure if it's really deserving of a 2-0 lead, but, you know, it's just one of those things, and that's the game itself that I think the Galaxy themselves have no one to fault but themselves, and now they got to go in there and talk about how can they get Alessandro on the ball more. Do they have to switch a little bit? Do they have to make a change? Do they have to bring in João Pedro on right away, you know, and use his experience?
All right, plenty to talk about and plenty for Curt Onalfo to mull over during his halftime team talk. The goals coming on the 23rd minute from Roger Espinosa on the goalkeeping error by Clement Diop, and then Ike Opara with a spectacular overhead just on the edge of the 6-yard box, and that has accounted for all the scoring. 45 minutes down, our scoreline reads LA Galaxy 0, Sporting Kansas City 2, here on LAGalaxy.com.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. StubHub. Hey, Galaxy fans, StubHub is your ticket out. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the LA Galaxy. It's a new era for the LA Galaxy, with new players and familiar faces. For the past 22 years, our goal has remained the same, to be the last team standing. This is LA. On Tuesday, July 4th at StubHub Center, 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on Real Salt Lake. Purchase your tickets today at LAGalaxy.com/tickets.
76 introduces The Long Cut, spending a little extra time exploring the open road. We even made a fancy new TV commercial, and we're going to have our director describe it.
So, like, we see these guys, and they're like, what's a long cut? Boom! They're all like, whoa, this is awesome. And then they're at a 76 station, and they're like, time for gas. And then it's like, and that is pretty much what the commercial is.
Anyway, we want to hear all about your long cuts, too. Share yours today using the hashtag 76longcut. 76. We're on the driver's side.
StubHub Center, can you read me?
Copy that.
We've identified an extraterrestrial aboard the spaceship. He's been secured and is open to questioning. Cosmic being, what do you want?
I'm here to gain intelligence from Earthland. You are in possession of the colorful and fizzy liquid I seek.
You mean Shasta?
Yes, I consumed Shasta and had the ultimate reaction. Equal parts fizz, fruit, and fun. I wish to experience all the Shasta. These flavors are out of this galaxy.
Oh, we've got the perfect place for you. At the StubHub Center.
Bring them home, guys.
It just has to be Shasta, the official soft drink of the LA Galaxy.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we have just one goal: your success. As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, we're dedicated to helping the entire LA Galaxy family succeed, and that includes their fierce, die-hard fans. Choose from over 200 online degree programs and gain the skills and expertise you need to succeed in your field. Visit snhu.edu/LAGalaxy.
Come in now and get the 2016 you've been waiting for at Toyota's annual clearance event. Save big with an incredible 0 APR on 10 of our best-selling models, including the 2016 Camry, Corolla, and RAV4. You can even get 0 APR on the redesigned 2016 Prius. Hurry in before they're gone. Financing through Toyota Financial Services to well-qualified customers. Must take delivery from 2016 new car dealer stock by midnight September 6. Offers may vary by region.
Now it's easier than ever to search for the best deal on a Toyota car, truck, or SUV. Just visit buyatoyota.com, the only official site for your Southern California Toyota dealers. There, you can locate a dealer, search our inventory, and find the perfect car with all our current offers. Save time and money. Go direct to the source. Buyatoyota.com.
We make it easy on you.
Toyota, let's go places.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Shasta. Shasta, the official soft drink of the LA Galaxy. It has to be Shasta.
And welcome back to the StubHub Center. It is halftime here, and it's not pleasant reading for LA Galaxy fans right now. Down 2-0 to the visiting Sporting Kansas City team that currently is best in the West, and throughout 45 minutes really looked like the best team in the West. Christian Miles subbing in tonight for Joe Totino alongside former LA Galaxy assistant coach Ralph Perez here. I want to get your thoughts before we start diving into the meat and bones of this thing here. Your overall assessment of the 45 minutes here for LA and what we saw.
Well, I think what you saw is basically a team that has good confidence on the ball, meaning Kansas City, and they spread out the Galaxy defensively and move the ball from side to side, and use their passing game to really put the Galaxy into more defense in that 45 minutes than probably they wanted. It seemed like when they won the ball, it kind of just turned over quicker. I didn't see the Galaxy get 6-7 consecutive passes to get people forward, to get people wide into the attack, as well as Kansas City did.
Yes, indeed. The old saying, they didn't get a foot in the game here, and a real flat effort. The halftime report, of course, is brought to you by StubHub. Galaxy fans, did you know that the StubHub app is personalized just for you? Get the StubHub app today. Start at StubHub and let the fun find you. StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the LA Galaxy. Let's look at the goals here, Ralph. I mean, you talked about individual blunders. So we go back to the 23rd minute. Roger Espinoza, acres of space. We can talk about the error here from Clement Diop, opting to punch, but punching into his own net. But plenty of space to begin with for Espinoza, who had acres of not just space, but time as well.
Well, you know, those are the things that, you know, are interesting now, because the complaints, the ball, how flighty it is, the power that comes with it sometimes.
Because that thing was knuckling as it came in.
Right, and so it really makes for a difficult catch. So I think he made a decision predetermined. I'm going to box it once he saw the speed coming, and he just didn't box it well, and then it just became, you know, really a blunder goal that, you know, I'm sure he could save probably 9 out of 10 times, but he misplayed that one, and I'm sure he feels, you know, terrible about that one, because that's what you're being called upon to deal with those kinds of shots and put him out of danger.
Now another goal here on a defensive error. It wasn't Diop solely at fault here, but Iko Parr with its spectacular overhead. Take me through that one.
Well, that ball comes out, and the Galaxy clear it. They pump it back in. It floats into the box, and the two center backs are here, right and left of each other. Parr's in the middle of them, and then what happens is the ball bounces. So I think, you know, Diop says, well, my defenders didn't react. I got to come. He comes, and then he kind of does a bicycle over his head, and then just it goes into an empty net, really, and realistically, he beats the keeper to the ball on the bounce, and then, you know, you pay dearly that not one or two or one really went to where the ball was. I think, again, maybe it was a breakdown in communication, but clearly another soft goal that was conceded, and now you really got a hole, because you're, as you've mentioned a couple times, the stingiest defense in the league.
Yeah.
And you know, in that locker room now, with the 2-goal lead, all we got to do is come out and just defend and keep the Galaxy off the board, and we get out of here with 3 points.
Yeah, LA Galaxy chasing shadows. Sporting Kansas City, no other team in Major League Soccer is better at putting a game on lockdown than the Western Conference leaders. That's exactly, no doubt, the approach that will be adopted in the second half here for Peter Boomies and his crew. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. Halftime at StubHub Center, LA Galaxy 0, Sporting Kansas City 2.
If you've ever had a full count with bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth, or if you've ever zoned in on the top corner of the net, then you might know the thrill of playing at San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. Because only one casino is all about the thrill. San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. All thrill. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
76 introduces The Long Cut, spending a little extra time exploring the open road. We even made a fancy new TV commercial, and we're going to have our director describe it.
So like we see these guys and they're like, what's a long cut? Boom, they're all like, whoa, this is awesome. And then they're at a 76 station and they're like, time for gas. And then it's like, and that is pretty much what the commercial is.
Anyway, we want to hear all about your long cuts too. Share yours today using the hashtag 76longcut. 76. We're on the driver's side.
I'm Chris Klein, president of the LA Galaxy, and we're a client of City National Bank. When we look at our organization on the field and then off the field, we want to put together a great team, and City National has become part of that team. The business side of the game starts long before the whistle kicks off, from setting the stadium up to understanding how to sell tickets to watch our great team play this game. For our business to function, we need to have a reliable bank as part of our team. Our brand grows as the sport of soccer grows, and City National helps us bring Galaxy to the world. I love my job. I love coming to work every day and being part of an organization like the LA Galaxy. It's the team across the league that everyone looks at, that everyone wants to be a part of. Anyone that we're involved with, we want to be the best, whether the players we put on the field or who we bank with, and we have that with City National. City National is the way up for the LA Galaxy.
City National Bank, the way up. Learn more at cnb.com/LA Galaxy, member FDIC.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
It's a new era for the LA Galaxy, with new players and familiar faces. For the past 22 years, our goal has remained the same: to be the last team standing. This is LA. On Tuesday, July 4th at StubHub Center, 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on Real Salt Lake. Purchase your tickets today at lagalaxy.com/tickets.
Halftime here at the StubHub Center. The LA Galaxy trailing Sporting Kansas City by 2-0. Christian Miles alongside the coach, Ralph Perez. Shasta, the official soft drink of the LA Galaxy, with over 30 grape flavors like grapefruit zazz, apple, tiki punch, strawberry, and California Dreamin'. Shasta has a flavor for every Galaxy fan. This soccer season, it has to be Shasta. We talked about the first half. Let's put that in our rearview mirror. There's nothing you could do about it right now. LA Galaxy down 2-0. What's more important right now is the mental state and perhaps the changes coming up. What would you like to see here in the second half, Ralph Perez?
Well, I think the first thing that I would like to see is that the 5 guys in midfield have got to do a better job in connecting with themselves and finding each other at the right times and the right spaces. And I think secondly, I think what they've got to do is they've got to try to get better possession of the ball once they get into that middle third to be able to push it into that final third. I mean, realistically, it's been, you know, I mean, I mean, the stats come out and said there's been X amount of shots, but what I really look at is how many shots really force the goalkeeper into the saves that, you know, you need to have. And you know, so I think that's a key there, trying to find Alessandro, trying to find McBean and Zardes into positions where they can get a good look at goal and try to finish. And then lastly, the only way you're going to come and get anything tonight if you're the Los Angeles Galaxy is that you got to be very good in your defending, turn your defending into good offense, and see if you can get some goals going off the counter, off interceptions to try to present them, you know, the kinds of problems for Kansas City that they need to have when they lose the ball, because I think overall they've only had 1 or 2 occasions where I saw them a little bit under pressure.
All right, it's the LA Galaxy and Sporting Kansas City. We're going to step aside. However, keep it right here. The second half is coming up next.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. It's a new era for the LA Galaxy, with new players and familiar faces. For the past 22 years, our goal has remained the same: to be the last team standing. This is LA. On Tuesday, July 4th at StubHub Center, 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on Real Salt Lake. Purchase your tickets today at lagalaxy.com/tickets.
If you've ever had a full count with bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth, or if you've ever zoned in on the top corner of the net, then you might know the thrill of playing at San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. Because only one casino is all about the thrill. San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. All thrill. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Galaxy fans, Papa John's has a new offer for you this season. Every Galaxy game day, get 50% off your online order of regular menu price items using promo code GALAXY.
And welcome back. We are underway here in the second half. LA Galaxy getting us started, attacking the west goal. Down 2-0 thanks to Sporting Kansas City's Roger Espinosa and Ike Opara. Not the best of defensive outings. Roman Alessandrini coming out with purpose and all kinds of aggression, but overhitting his cross. It's tracked down on the far side by Ashley Cole. And Christian Miles subbing in tonight for Joe Totino, joined by Ralph Perez. Plenty of time for LA to right the ship after a disastrous first half, but the home woes continue as LA looking for their second win of the season here at StubHub. They are jonesing for it, but a team that's decimated by international call-ups as well as injuries right now, a huge task for this young side. Meanwhile, Sporting able to win it right back. Latif Blessing deep into his own half, back for the goal scorer, Ike Opara. And I can't tell you the last time I saw a central defender score on an overhead, Ralph Perez.
Yeah, I don't see that too often, but I think, you know, one of the things that you do see is that you see a team right now that is not afraid to play out of the back and just, you know, build the ball, deal with the Galaxy pressure, and make it happen.
Ashley Cole bowled over. Romney wins it back, goes in search of Jack McBean. It's a little bit more direct here from LA, the big former Los Dos striker. Back for his old teammate, Jaime Villarreal, and it's Alessandrini who's chopped down just about 20 yards out, directly center in front of Melia's goal. And it was Benny Feilhaber, a little bit of a clumsy challenge that time. So we'll see if we got some French flavor on this one, because the Galaxy could sure use it.
Well, this is a chance, you know, and that's what you've got to do. You got to take every chance that you do get now in these 45 to try to clam yourself back in. And this one here, this free kick, is in a good position, and he's going to take it with his left foot. Obviously, he's going to try to get this one up and over the wall.
Alessandrini lines it up, looks straight at the keeper, and Alessandrini overhits it. I tell you what, he hit it like a cannon, but that one lacked any accuracy whatsoever, and Alessandrini just shrugs his shoulders in depression.
Yeah, that one had no chance. It was way over the top.
Sweet left foot, not in fine fennel, and we look amongst some of the spectators tonight. Bruce Arena, of course, in attendance, watching his old team. You see Bruce here and a chance to evaluate some talent. We mentioned a lot of these players, a few of them on the radar for the U.S. men's national team Gold Cup squad.
Saw Sunil Gulati in that booth with Mr. Bruce Arena.
My goodness. We've got Antoine Griezmann, Bruce Arena, and Sunil Gulati all in the same building. It's like a soccer mixer. Blessing wins it back. He's been very impressive on the near side for Sporting. Sinovic can't clear. Higher line right now, more attacking pressure from Gyasi Zardes in the LA Galaxy. Still trying to see it pay off in a first legitimate chance. Run through the numbers for you. It was shots 6-6, but in terms of shots on target in the first half, it was 3-1 in favor of Sporting. And dominating possession. Sporting with over 60% of the ball. Latif Blessing, and the touch eludes him. It's belted out of play by Nathan Smith, who An unforced error gives possession back here for Sporting Kansas City. In the driver's seat right now. On a 3-game unbeaten run themselves are the men from the Midwest. 2 draws and a victory. Coming off that goal is drawn away to San Jose. Feilhaber for Dwyer. Put himself in a good spot, but he's in the offside position. Just inside the penalty area.
Good spot and a good ball, but found himself offside luckily anyway. But this is what the Galaxy have to be careful of, not giving those kinds of opportunities.
Overrun that time from Jaime Villarreal. Bodies flying everywhere as Feilhaber goes to ground. Slow to get up. Free kick here near the central circle now for Sporting Kansas City. And the visitors, of course, trying to end a 6-game winless run on their travels. Their last and only away victory coming back on April 15th in Portland, 1-0.
Well, that's like the Galaxy's last win here was what, April 7th on a Friday night against Montreal.
Yeah, 2-0 affair. Tough sledding ever since. 4 games without a win, but they've not exactly been pushovers, Ralph. 3 of those 4 games resulting in draws. And their last 3 resulting in draws against Houston, Chicago, and Philadelphia here at the StubHub. Meanwhile, Jesse Zardes trying to get things going positively. Lays it off for McBean, well outside the box. Defers to Ashley Cole, wide on that left-hand side. McBean twists and turns, got himself a little bit of daylight, trying to poke it through, showed a bit too much. And now Sporting with a chance to counter-attack. Blessing lays it off. Feilhaber collides into Jaime Villarreal before Romney wins the header at midfield. They'll push it out wide to the left-hand side. Sporting inside their own half. Sinovic just crosses the halfway line, and he'll put it out of play because Ike Opara is very, very slow to get up. Had a collision there, I believe, with Jack McBean moments ago, and you talk about tall timber colliding.
Yeah, they both kind of got into it a little bit, and that situation, I think he got the worst of it, Opara. And he tried to get up, and the reaction wasn't favorable. So I think, again, these are the kinds of things that happen now in the second half. You could see urgency, you could see the intensity, you could see that the Galaxy wanted to stay high and press and not allow Kansas City any rhythm, any moments of time to build. So that was all positive, but it's a game of tactical adjustments here. So now this is what Vermes is addressing his guys up top, that hey, they're going to come and they're going to squeeze us a little bit, so maybe you got to drop off a little bit to help us with numbers to be able to get out.
Both of these respective head coaches pacing their technical areas. Vermes, a fiery, combative character, and Kurt Adolfo, as competitive as it gets. I'm sure he gave a stern talking to his boys at halftime. Can't say enough about the job that he's done and turned this thing around, because it looked like curtains for Adolfo and the Galaxy early on with just 2 wins and 5 defeats in their first 7 games, but they've changed things and got an 8-game unbeaten run, but that's been thrown into jeopardy tonight. And Sporting have those 2 first-half goals thanks to Roger Espinosa and Ike Opara, who now is limping off. The former Wake Forest defender is favoring that left leg. So temporarily it will be Sporting down to 10 men, and LA sportingly, pun intended, play it back to the visitors. Let's get the feeling here, Ralph, that LA have not thrown their best punch yet. Every game means a prize fighter parallel, right?
There you go.
Tracked down by Gerson Fernandez. Good ball forward. Blessing just on the edge of the box, plays it through. Fernandez across. Dwyer, it's Sinovic. Wow, what a piece of build-up play. And Sporting Kansas City with their best move of the night, but Sinovic blazes it high.
Yeah, he blazed it wide, but it was a nice little play there. One player goes near post, he went back post, driven across. Couldn't get to it as a first-time shot.
That ball at the edge of the box from Fernandez for the likes of Blessing, and he squared it across for Dwyer, couldn't get to it, and Sinovic just hits that far post and hits nothing but the Angel City Brigade.
Well, the Galaxy just got to be sharp now. They really have to be, you know, really attentive on now how they're going to go and press and win this ball. Can they get it at the right times, the right moments? Because this switch is always going to be there when you press with 4 on one side. You got to break it to the far side.
Latif Blessing, been so instrumental tonight, and good defending, rugged stuff from the former UCLA Bruin. Nathan Smith, a solid blue-collar, workman-like fullback, getting a chance to shine tonight with the injury to Bradley Diallo, who continues to nurse that hamstring problem. A long list of walking wounded for the Galaxy. Jaime Villarreal plays it for Roman Alessandrini. Boateng returns it. Good touch from Smith. Alessandrini, a worm burner, straight in. Good interplay between Nathan Smith and Alessandrini, but held in the end by Tim Melia in that Sporting goal. Blessing, just on the near side, drops back for Sinovic. He's done well at left fullback. Calm, cool Beasler lays it back for Melia, who finds his way to the second goal scorer, Opara, who's come back on to restore numerical parity. Forward now for Gerson Fernandez, and here comes Sporting now, trying to find that pocket of space inside the Galaxy half. Feilhaber leaves it off, Blessing on the corner of the penalty box. Clement Diop watches warily. Everybody back now for the Galaxy. Sinovic on it now for Sporting. Drop back, and there's no real hurry right now for the visitors. Espinosa drops it wide for Graham Zusi. They look very sharp. As we mentioned, that 3 in midfield, very, very technical for Sporting. Here's Matt Beasler inside his own half, dropping back for Sanchez. He plays that number 6, wearing the number 6, going the direct route now as it blazes off the head of Dwyer. Diop calling everybody off of it as he punts it forward. It drops to Emma Boateng. He's got a little bit of daylight now just inside the box. Drops it to the right-hand side. Boateng just dragged it. Not exactly comfortable on the right, but he made the most of a very advantageous situation. Here's Sinovic. Feilhaber at midfield for Roger Espinosa. He's played in 2 World Cups for Honduras. Part of the South Africa team, as well as the Honduras squad that made it to Brazil 3 years ago. Touchback for Beasler. That lane closed off by Alessandrini. McBean pressuring the Sporting captain. It drops fortuitously for Feilhaber. Quickly onto it now for Sporting. Done a good job of keeping possession. And here's that big switch you were talking about moments ago, but this time for Graham Zusi, who picks his spot. Out comes Diop to cut out the cross. A perilous moment, disaster averted on a good touch from Clement Diop. He just met that cross from Graham Zusi. My goodness, it's wide open right now. Here's Sanchez, just inside the center circle in the Galaxy half. Lays it wide on the right-hand side for Graham Zusi. Cultured right foot is an understatement for the former USA, possibly future USA international. Here's Opara, pressured by Alessandrini, slips past him, and he goes on a romp forward, looking like Jelle Van Damme. Onside now for Benny Feilhaber. Smith with the intervention, fouling Feilhaber from about 25 yards out. It will be a free kick and a booking here for the Galaxy fullback. He becomes the first man caution tonight for the home team. Or the second man, rather.
Yeah, they got Villarreal, and now they're making a sub as well.
And it's going to be Pedro. While we've got a moment, Europa League champion Manchester United are coming to the StubHub Center not too far from here on Saturday, July 15th, to take on the LA Galaxy. Don't miss out your chance to see Wayne Rooney and Paul Pogba take on Gio and Roman Alessandrini in one of the biggest international friendlies of the summer. Purchase your tickets today at LAGalaxy.com/tickets or get on the phone 1-877-3-GALAXY. Rafa Garcia's day is done, and in comes João Pedro. And you talked about what LA needed at halftime heading into the second half, and this really looks to be exactly what they do need.
Yeah, they're going to make this move, and I think they're going to make another move as well with Villarreal, Jose coming in, just because they need more offensive people now, and they got to get themselves going here to get that second, get that first goal, I should say.
So to put it in cliche terms, a little silk for the steal, as the sweet feet of João Pedro replaced the tough-minded Rafa Garcia. Meanwhile, Jose Villarreal, just hovering on the touchline at midfield, is, I believe it was Benny Feilhaber, very slow to get up, and looks as though it's going to be tough for him to continue, favoring that left foot, and he needs help off the field now, and that's not a good sign if you're a Sporting fan. We'll see what's in store. Peter Vermes may be forced into making a change, and someone up and off the bench right now, and Feilhaber unable to put any weight on that left foot, and he will be off. So we'll see how it transpires now as they will go to the bench, and bringing on Jimmy Medranda, a versatile character that can play in the center of the park as well as fullback. The 23-year-old Colombian comes on in relief of Benny Feilhaber. Free kick taken. Sanchez trying to catch everybody napping. It may work out, but Van Damme says enough of that and clears the line for LA. Jose Villarreal not coming on just yet. He'll have to wait and bide his time. Meanwhile, throw in on the far side at midfield, and now the sub will get a chance to come in. So we'll be the second sub tonight. An interesting move here, Ralph. Jose Villarreal on for Jack McBean. What do you make of this?
Well, I think it's a good move. I think Jack really couldn't find his game tonight, unfortunately for the youngster. So they got 60 minutes out of him, and now they're going to give Jose a shot.
So we'll see. Roman Alessandrini looks as though he's going to push higher up and lead the line, and he could be shadowed by Jose Villarreal. It's a chance to play alongside his brother tonight, Jaime, on his second MLS start, featuring alongside João Pedro now. Meanwhile, Pedro gets a foot to it, takes a deflection in, goalkeeper caught going the wrong way, and Blessing coming all the way back, but Zardes able to pick his pocket, and he's fouled. Free kick for LA. And the temperature begins to hot up, as they say. Galaxy fans, be there to cheer on your Los Dos as they take on rivals Sacramento Republic FC coming up on June 25th at 7:30 p.m. That's tomorrow. You can save money by purchasing your Los Dos tickets in advance at lagalaxy.com/2. Come out and support Mike Munoz and the boys. Sacramento Republic also taking on the LA Galaxy senior team in U.S. Open Cup action on Wednesday here at the StubHub Track and Field Stadium. Get on down here for it. Should be a good one. Roman Alessandrini deep into the attacking half, takes it softly near post for Pedro. Well dealt with by this resilient back line, who's really lived up to its marquee billing as the best defensive record in all of Major League Soccer. Jose Villarreal on the turn, and his cross sails out of play. Goal kick here for Sporting.
Well, Galaxy now have made two pushes here in their move, and bringing João Pedro on, bringing Villarreal on, and seeing what they can do to really bring this game alive.
Look to be perhaps a more traditional 4-4-2 with Jose and Roman Alessandrini partnering each other after that. To put it in numerical information in terms, 4-2-3-1 to start. And the boos rain in as Baldomero Toledo has awarded a free kick for Sporting after bodies flying at the halfway point inside the Sporting half itself.
Well, it's a game now where you keep trying to figure out what can you do, and basically now I think what he's got to figure out now for the next 10 minutes is, okay, with these changes, can that really allow us to get forward and create opportunities for ourselves?
I mean, to give you an idea how shorthanded things are, only 17 players dressed for Wednesday night. 7 starters out tonight. LA have had their problems trying to find that out-and-out striker this year. In fact, Jack McBean, those 2 goals on Wednesday night, the only goals scored by an out-and-out striker this season. Give you an idea of the woes up top. They need a goal scorer. Will it be Roman Alessandrini now playing in that forward role, a little farther up alongside Jose Villarreal? Meanwhile, his little brother Jaime gets the touch back to Nathan Smith inside his own half. Feeling the pressure from Latif Blessing, and back to Clement Diop. Here's Pedro. Pedro really left an unimpressive taste in a lot of Galaxy fans' mouths, so to speak, to start the season, but he's grown into his role as that smooth distributor in the center of midfield. Here's his partner, Jaime Villarreal. Sprays it wide near side. Alessandrini going to work on Sinovic. Pulls on the early cross. Great looking ball for Jose Villarreal, but its header just high. It was inside the 6-yard box, and that has to be on target, Ralph Perez.
Well, I think that's what I think the Galaxy are smart in doing now. Can they get Alessandro wide and have him be a service of the ball? Because he definitely is a guy that can put good balls into the box. And you're right, Jose's got to do a little better on that one. He just mistimed it on the header there for the opportunity to strike one on goal.
And that's when you want a big, strong center forward presence to head that one in. Alessandrini, undaunted, supported by Romney in the Sporting half. Visitors in the driver's seat. Nathan Smith gets it, skirting that touch line inside for Alessandrini, taking on all comers, skins his way around Latif Blessing and leaves the African in his wake. Throw in for LA. Smith back on it, the former Bruin, surveys his options, and Alessandrini's ball in results in another throw in for LA. Here's Jaime Villarreal. Leaves it off now. Van Dam. Claimed in the center of the park now by Emma Boateng, about 35 yards from goal. Smith on the near side now, well outside the box. Inside channeled for Alessandrini. Great 1-2 with Boateng. Going to get it back, but the Frenchman's final ball was a bit heavy, and it drifts over the end line for a Sporting goal kick.
Well, the ideas are there, and the movement is there. It's just now the connection has to be a little more on the fine-tuning side. But clearly, the game really has the Galaxy now doing what they want to do, controlling the game, controlling the ball.
Getting a foot in the game, really dictating the pace and flow, much more so than we saw in the first half. As we hit the midpoint of half number 2, Christian Miles alongside former LA Galaxy assistant head coach Ralph Perez. Happy to have you along here on LAGalaxy.com. Galaxy have had some tough sledding tonight on some individual blunders in defense in the first half. Ike Opara, 12 minutes after Roger Espinosa found the back of the net. That has accounted for all the goal scoring this evening. As Melia gives it a ride, the Sporting Kansas City goalkeeper. That one met by Van Dam, and it drops to the feet of Sporting's Ilie Sanchez in the center of the park. Medranda, the Colombian, finally gets a touch now. Locates Latif Blessing, who's onside, encroaching on the goal. Blessing calls his own number, parried by Clement Diop, who had that one online all the way. Tell you what, though, lightning quick are Sporting on that counterattack. LA just looking for that extra bit of cutting edge in front of goal. Van Dam just on the edge of that halfway line, sends in that patented long diagonal ball. Is headed away by Latif Blessing. Throw in now for Roman Alessandrini and LA. Just under 22 minutes to get their act together here. Here's Jose Villarreal, who came on as a sub. Great looking ball across. Ashley Cole is there. Opara to scramble. It's cleared away on the edge of the 6 by Matt Beasler. The chances are coming. Jaime Villarreal for Alessandrini, drops it back for Jose. He calls his own number, and Jose blazes it high. Better, though, from the home side.
Oh, the opportunities are showing a little bit. The pressure's coming a little bit. There was that last ball that Cole actually knocks across there. Just needed someone on the end of it. And, now it's just a matter of, organizing themselves who's in the box when the balls are being crossed.
come out and play. And just a reminder, it's Stars, Stripes, and Bright Lights. You can enjoy your 4th of July with the LA Galaxy as they get set to take on Real Salt Lake. Coming up on Tuesday, the 4th of July at 7:30. Don't forget to stick around after for the post-match fireworks show. It's a good one, folks. Tickets start for as low as $25, and they're on sale on the website, lagalaxy.com. Alessandrini takes over, fouled by Matt Besler. 40 yards away from goal. He's got himself a free kick, definitely out of his range. And something positive could be brewing right now on this set piece for LA. Pedro on the edge of the box along with Jelle Van Damme, marked up tightly by big Ike Opara. Zardes in the mix as well. And somewhere in there, you just know Dave Romney is aching to get ahead onto it. Meanwhile, it's going to be a substitute coming in, the second move of the night here for Sporting Kansas City, and they're going to have to wait. Alessandrini will take this free kick first, and the Frenchman lays lace to leather. Good-looking service in. And disaster averted at last possible moment. What a ball from Alessandrini. So the corner coming up here for LA will be their 4th of the evening. As we get set for the second substitute, Latif Blessing will come off, and he is going to be replaced by the Hungarian striker Daniel Saloy. Has found the back, yet to find the back of the net this season. So a chance now for Saloy to make his 8th appearance. We'll see what's in store. Alessandrini delivers. Smith at that near post pops it up and out of play. It will be a goal kick for Sporting. Throw it down for LA. Better. But time becoming an issue. 73rd minute. Jaime Villarreal for Jelle Van Damme. Big Dave Romney marshalling things at the back with the Belgian. And Villarreal going direct for Roman Alessandrini to no avail. It drops nicely for Espinosa, who's been pretty quiet since scoring that goal in the first half. Our side for Fernandez. Pressured by Van Damme. It's coughed up. Here comes Jose. Jose nudged from behind, goes to ground just outside of the box. That's going to be a booking against Gerson Fernandez, who receives his 3rd yellow card, and rumblings perhaps from some of these fans who were thinking about a red card on that.
Well, there's no red card, but clearly there was frustration because they were complaining, the Kansas City guys, that, you know, that tackle by Jelle Van Damme was a little tough, a little harsh, but you know, Jose took off, went on it, he got pushed from behind, and it's a free kick. But you know, one of the challenges that you go through in this sport that's so frustrating, yeah, the Galaxy have played better. Yes, the Galaxy have had more possession. Yes, the Galaxy have done, you know, a better job in this half, but you know, still nothing to show for it.
It's not exactly LA's bread and butter. Only 1 goal from a free kick this season. This could be a great way to make inroads and getting themselves back in the game. Alessandrini standing over it from about 25 yards out. Alessandrini boots it, and once again, sending it high. And the Frenchman really hasn't shown his best wares on these dead balls this evening, and that's uncharacteristic, especially for a guy perhaps in the hottest form in MLS right now, Roman Alessandrini. And meanwhile, bodies go flying as that goal kick was thumped forward. And Saloy, who just came on, went up for it and landed really awkwardly.
You know, Mr. Smith is a little lucky here because, you know, he has a yellow. He made a real harsh tackle on Felbar, you know, and then he's committed this foul here, and that's what Vermes is having to go about. But, you know, again, you know, one of the challenges that you really have, as well as you mentioned, is that now can the Galaxy just find the way back into it with a goal. That's the key. If that comes anytime soon, then the game changes tremendously.
You mentioned that yellow card for Smith. It's his 4th. And his 9th appearance. MLS rookie getting a chance to run out with the Frenchman injured, Bradley Diallo. There might be a little bit more French flavor coming into LA if the rumors are to be believed. Tigres striker André-Pierre Gignac, heavily linked to LA, paying a visit to the Southern California area, and his old buddy from Marseille, Romain Alessandrini, those two taking in Disneyland this week. Here's Emma Boateng linking up with the aforementioned Alessandrini. The pirouette keeps possession. Jose Villarreal deep into the Sporting half, left-footed crossover to that far post. In comes Ashley Cole, and my goodness, if it's not for Graham Zusi, Ashley Cole was online and desperately going for LA's first. 5th corner coming up from the home team. This is where they could use a breakthrough. As a quarter of an hour remains here at StubHub. Substitution coming in, the 3rd and final of the evening for Curt Onalfo, and he's going to bring in Bradford Jamieson IV, replacing Gyasi Zardes. Didn't quite leave a lasting impression on proceedings tonight. So Alessandrini, this could be an outswinger. So Ashley Cole on the header, and it's saved by Amelia. A double save from the Sporting keeper, kept out, and the ball doesn't cross the line. Incredible. Two chances.
It did cross the line.
A quick look around, and they get one back. It crosses the line. LA get the goal, and they are right back in it, 2-1. Tough to see who got ahead to it. It came off the corner kick right after the substitution. The Baldomero Toledo has awarded it, and we'll need to take another look at this one.
It clearly went in. I saw it go in, and I was just looking at the linesman. On the second one was Romney.
It's Dave Romney. Big goal for Big Dave Romney, his 2nd. The header there was initially provided by LA, saved by Melia, but the rebound clearly over the line.
That one went off his hands. He tried to save it, but it didn't have enough, and it went in.
New life for LA. And what a blow struck. There will be no clean sheet tonight. No 10th shutout for Sporting Kansas City. The Blues will have to wait until their next game. Next weekend, they return home to take on the Portland Timbers. Nothing can change a game on a dime, quite like a set piece, and perhaps LA now, Ralph, can ride that momentum.
Well, that's what they needed. One, from the standpoint of the fans, the crowds, getting them into the game, and then, you know, making Kansas City a little more concerned. Hey, now it's 2-1.
So you got to be careful as you pour forward for that equalizer. May leave some holes. Espinosa now on the approach, and this is looking good for Sporting. Coming close, Saloy is in. Saloy tries to square across, but nobody on that far post making the run for the visitors. I say it was some good-looking build-up play. Sinovic, meanwhile, fouling Jose Villarreal, who goes to ground. Play resumes. Medranda's cross dealt with by Jelle Van Damme. And everybody's standing around in bewilderment.
Well, now you got to, okay, you know, you keep it going, sustaining it. You know, you got what you've done now, meaning that you've got your 3 subs burnt. You got to go with this. You need those young legs of Bradford Jamieson now. Try to find him. Try to get him going a little bit.
Bradford Jamieson, can he be that spark? He takes up that role wide on the right-hand side, like for like, in terms of his role compared to Zardes. An auspicious night for Gyasi. Boateng on the left-hand side, just goes past the halfway line, fights his way past one, gets his way up to Ashley Cole, tries to link up with Alessandrini, who couldn't quite control it. Good play from Boateng as well as Ashley Cole to get things going. 10 minutes to go here at the StubHub. Their victory has been elusive. Here's Matt Besler looking to build out of the back. Espinosa, beautiful touch, late challenge from Jelle Van Damme. And it was a little bit sloppy, to be honest, from the Belgian. Quick protest to Baldomero Toledo, but he'll take that booking and walk away.
Yeah.
Jelle Van Damme.
It was silly. I mean, he steps in there and, you know, recklessly and commits a foul.
Well, as you say, Jelle is well on pace to equal the yellow card total of last year when he was booked 9 times. That's his 6th yellow card.
Oh, he'll get 9 for sure.
For sure now.
No
You
doubt.
got to think, where are we in game 15? We got 19 more to go, including tonight. Van Damme already sitting out a game through some yellow card suspension last weekend against Houston. Here is the LA Galaxy captain. On that left-hand side, good link play with the 2 Europeans, he and Jean Pedro. Adding a bit of class to the midfield. Jaime Villarreal for a lively Emma Boateng through central midfield, but he gives it away to Sinovic. Easy pickings for the Sporting defender. Here's Medranda, who's come in centrally. Saloy now leading the line, trying to link up with a quiet Dwyer, and a nice tackle that time from Jelle Van Damme, who timed it to perfection. If he doesn't make that challenge, it's a 1v1 against the keeper. Dwyer was in. Jamieson, meanwhile, for LA as they get possession back. Alessandrini has it poked away by Sinovic, retrieved by Jean Pedro at midfield, who sprays it on the diagonal for Ashley Cole. 36-year-old Englishman just misjudging the flight of that one. So it'll come out for a Sporting throw-in.
This is the hard part, though. You see, you know, that they played on Wednesday night, and you can see there on that one there, Ashley just mistimed it, misread it. You looked at his body language as he leaned over. He's given it a great effort, and you know the tank is really, you know, almost empty there. But you know he's going to leave it on the field tonight. But that's where you know you're trying to make a push, and you need that extra energy, and that's where it's making it difficult for the Galaxy now.
I mean, it's a big ask for a guy who's 36 years of age, 3 games in a week. You're now in the 83rd minute, and you're down 2-1.
Well, you know the difference, and it's always a challenge, is that you know this league, the travel makes it very tough. You know, but you know it's the same for the teams. Just certain teams have it a little more difficult. You know, I think West Coast teams have a little more challenge with the time zones.
Yeah, that flight from LA to Colorado a little bit longer than the old flight from Philly to New York, so to speak, or the Boston area.
Right.
East Coast teams do have an advantage there. Besler down, Medranda wins it. Pedro gets a foot in, and the substitute Bradford Jamieson gets a hold of it. Big night for these youngsters. The LA Galaxy utilizing youth and their depth. No other team in Major League Soccer has given more playing minutes to a younger group of players than LA. The youth movement seeing their academy and USL players coming into tonight, getting roughly about 36% of the playing minutes available. And a lot of it, of course, due to Kurt Analfo, the skipper of Los Dos, LA Galaxy 2 for the last 2 years. Here's Jose Villarreal in, and it was Cole with the header, who's irate with himself as he sends the header straight to Melia. But what a cross from Jose Villarreal, picking out Ashley Cole.
The challenge, and if anything, you know, if you're Kurt Onalfo, you got to be happy and pleased with the effort of the guys, you know, to fight back and really compete here in the second half.
Hey, Ralph, you know, you wandered many a touchline. Is that time of the night where you just throw it in the box and hope for good things?
Well, it's getting to that point now, you know, pumping these balls forward and just trying to see a miscue by them.
No one better at that than Jelle Van Damme, retrieved by Boateng, who's bundled over from behind, and Baldomero Toledo about 2 feet away. And he's awarded a free kick to Sporting. Not to be partisan, but that is unbelievable.
He's claiming that he didn't get fouled and that he got knocked down, and then he put a handball on Boateng.
And he was 2 feet away from it. Safe to say the fans were not too enamored with that decision. Ball just past midfield, picked out. Picked off by Jose Villarreal. His little brother Jaime can't get to it, but Romney can. Strokes it out for Jelle Van Damme. Inside his own half of the center circle, crosses the halfway line. It's be tough to beat Roger Espinosa, but he's got the strength, and he gives it away. He's left a gap at the back, Jelle Van Damme. Graham Zusi in charge right now, running at Jaime Villarreal. Drops that shoulder, starting to think about the corner flag. Instead goes in. That ball intended for Fernandez, who had a poor first touch. Slight break, you'd have to say, for that LA defense. Could have been put into a precarious situation there. LA need the ball, and they need it now. Here's Beasler. Just roaming into the Galaxy half, looking long, and he's got Medrano, the speedy Colombian, in behind Nathan Smith, who does well to recover, and it will be a Sporting Kansas City throw.
So now, you know, it's one of those things that the old initial now time is the worst enemy for the Galaxy, and taking throw-ins and free kicks and corners are always good periods to take the time wasting.
Short throw for Medrano, tries to play it across Romney. Boateng, a little nudge, and it'll come out for a Clement Diop goal kick. Single game tickets to each of the Galaxy's home matches at StubHub Center during the 2017 MLS regular season are now on sale. Tickets start as low as $25. To purchase today, call 1-877-3-GALAXY or just head to the website lagalaxy.com/tickets. Get to that now or never point.
We gotta do something after the game, okay?
Fans imploring the Galaxy. Jelle Van Damme, dead center at midfield, launches one for Jose Villarreal. It's cut out by Sinovic, claimed by Boateng. Nice little two-man game with Jose Villarreal, the second half substitute. And little Jose drawing in 2 markers. Smith now has space, squares for Van Damme. He's all the way forward. Ashley Cole just inside the box, but it sails over his head and cleared away by Sporting's Graham Zusi. Tom Dwyer just nudges his head to it, and Romney will send it back to Clement Diop. Forced to play it out with his feet. 89th minute here at the StubHub. That home record hanging like a specter over the heads of these LA Galaxy players. One back, and here comes little Emma Boateng looking for a big goal. Emma Boateng into the penalty area, chopped down right in front of Baldomero Toledo, who looks to his referee's assistant. He is not awarded the penalty kick, but a contentious moment nonetheless. Corner kick for LA.
That was a close one. I'll tell you that one. If we see the replay on that one, I'd be curious to see that one. I mean, he came in with some speed and some jets, low center of gravity.
And the ensuing corner punched away by Melia, or rather Melia. Tell you what, Emma Boateng is wondering what he has to do to buy a call from Baldomero Toledo. Long ball forward. Oh, it's in for Alessandrini. Just a hair too far out in front of that French toe, who couldn't quite flick it past Melia, but a good knockdown from Jelle Van Damme to set it up. Wow. Tell you what, Ralph, they've had their chances here. Final minute plus added on time. And Sporting are going to trot out their third and final substitute. Meanwhile, it's chased down in his defensive third. Ashley Cole fouled. There will be a free kick for LA.
Well, you know, one of the challenges there, though, is that, you know, the Galaxy have taken Kansas City completely out of their game in the first half. They were really good.
And this is dangerous. 3 minutes added on, but here comes Sporting. It's belted over off the post. Great effort that time from Fernandez, who had plenty of space at the top of the box. Tough to see if Diop got a touch to it. Play opens up now as we head into the first minute of the 3 minutes allotted of stoppage time. It is all happening right now at the StubHub Center. So that third and final switch, we'll see Dom Dwyer come off as Suni Mustavar, the Frenchman, will come on for the 13th time this season. And Dwyer very slow, jogging off the pitch here. So Mustafa comes on. The free kick for Clement Diop. Everybody forward. It will be taken at midfield, just on the halfway line, and Diop gives it a ride. Drops to the edge of the box, knock forward. Alessandrini Melia scurries off his line to punch it clear. For it's popped up well out of play. If Sporting are going to win this, they're going to do it by the skin of their teeth late on. A late flurry of pressure from the Galaxy here. If they're going to go down, they're going to go down swinging. Second minute of stoppage time. And Jelle Van Damme, who's got a long throw on him, he's going to need a good heave on this one, the big Belgian. Can Captain Fantastic provide the winner? Launches it straight in over the head of Romney. Chased down by Smith. And Van Damme puts it into the channel. Flag is down. Romney pulls it back, but it's straight into the keeper at that near post. They've thrown everything but the kitchen sink here in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
They're trying everything, the Galaxy, but nothing seems to be working right now. I mean, they're getting there, but, you know, it's just not the quality you need at the very end for a good strike or a good chance at goal.
93rd minute. And they bring it up. Jaime Villarreal launches one straight in. Up to the mixer. Van Damme waits for it. He's that extra center forward right now. Sporting win it back. Saloy, the substitute, skirts around the challenge of Bradford Jamieson. Cole dives in to win it, and it pops out into the Galaxy half on that far side as Elias Sanchez retrieves, and he's trying to get in behind, but he'll hold up traffic. Squared across now. Fernandez on the edge of the box, cuts it back, looking for some space in time. Fernandez is in. Fernandez saved by Diop, who coughs it up, but recovers well. He's in a hurry and boots it forward, but not the best of kicks from the Frenchman. And that is going to do it. 3 minutes of stoppage time in the books, and the home curse continues for the Galaxy as they lose out 2-1 to Sporting Kansas City.
Yes, it was. It's a tough one there because, I mean, a good battle back, a good effort to come back, tremendous fight, spirit in the second half for the Galaxy, but you know, 2 goals is always a huge lead to overcome, I feel, in this league.
So for Sporting Kansas City, that win means they go to 30 points, and they will move 8 points clear of the LA Galaxy. In Sporting, when all the dust settles at the end of the weekend, will keep their spot at the top of the Western Conference. Meanwhile, LA Galaxy put themselves in further peril as their winless run is now stretched to 5 here at the StubHub Center, and their 8-match unbeaten run overall in MLS comes to an end as they suffered their first defeat since April 23rd. So full time here in Carson, Sporting Kansas City 2, the LA Galaxy 1. Keep it right here. The post-game show is coming up next, right here on LAGalaxy.com.
LA Galaxy is presented by Herbalife. Nutrition for a better life. StubHub. Hey, Galaxy fans, StubHub is your ticket out. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the LA Galaxy. Start at StubHub and let the fun find you. And Toyota. Let's go places. It's a new era for the LA Galaxy with new players and familiar faces. For the past 22 years, our goal has remained the same, to be the last team standing. This is LA. On Tuesday, July 4th at StubHub Center, 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on Real Salt Lake. Purchase your tickets today at LAGalaxy.com/tickets.
Tonight, some of the greatest artists, performers, and athletes in the world will be pouring their souls out at stadiums and theaters across this city. Tonight, thousands of fans will lose themselves in a sea of like-minded strangers. We still have a few tickets if you'd like to join. We know this may not be a convenient time for you. We know it's not easy to get out. But something amazing is going to happen tonight. And we think you should be there. StubHub, your ticket out.
Scarves up, wheels up. Buckle up, LA, for nonstop flights to more than 38 cities nationwide with Alaska Airlines. As fans of one of the most decorated clubs in league history, it's only right that you get tons of nonstop access to your favorite destinations, including many road games from one of the finest airlines in the land. Pack your bags, pack your jersey, and pack your full 90 for nonstop flights to cheer on the Galaxy when they go on the road. Scarves up, wheels up. Buckle up for nonstop flights on Alaska Airlines.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we have just one goal: your success. As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, we're dedicated to helping the entire LA Galaxy family succeed, and that includes their fierce, die-hard fans. Choose from over 200 online degree programs and gain the skills and expertise you need to succeed in your field. Visit snhu.edu/LAGalaxy.
Galaxy fans, Papa John's has a new offer for you this season. Every Galaxy game day, get 50% off your online order of regular menu price items using promo code GALAXY at papajohns.com. That's right. Cheer on the Galaxy every game day with 50% off your entire online order at Papa John's. Enter promo code GALAXY online at papajohns.com to redeem better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, official partner of the LA Galaxy.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year. Powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back to the StubHub Center. We're just rehashing the loss tonight between LA Galaxy and Sporting Kansas City. A Sporting walkout 2-1 victors here in Carson. They get their first win at the StubHub Center in 7 long years. And meanwhile, that home curse continues here for LA. 1 win in 8 games as they suffer their 4th defeat here in Carson. Christian Miles alongside the coach, Ralph Perez. The man of the match is brought to you by Herbalife. Herbalife, nutrition for a better life. We might need your help here, folks, because Ralph and I were talking about a possible man of the match. There is no clear-cut standout performer tonight. A game of mistakes is what this will be remembered. But Ilie Sanchez, wearing the number 6, very much playing the part tonight for the visitors, you have to say.
Well, you know, the things that he does, you know, they're not measurable in statistics, except that if, for me, the statistic was he had 1 turnover in passing. That speaks the volumes. And just every time a center back was under pressure, he'd be the outlet. Midfielder under pressure, he'd be the outlet. Move the ball when it needed to get out of a tight zone, move it to another part of the field. So I think, you know, for me, I enjoyed watching him play. I thought he was exceptionally well all 90 minutes.
We look back on this game in retrospect, and you can almost say it was lost in the first half.
Definitely. I mean, when you go 2 goals down at home in the first half, it was a little bit of deja vu-ish, a little bit how they went 3-0 down against Seattle here early in the year. And that's something that, you know, you don't figure the Galaxy to do, but they did. And they did come out, I felt, it was clearly a game of halves. The second half, if you got here at halftime, you would think that the Galaxy was the better team. But, you know, they were for sure in the second half. I think the first half, you got to give Kansas City the ups on that.
All right, we'll continue to work our way through this one and break it down for you. But in the end, when the dust settles, it's not good reading for LA fans. They lose out 2-1 and lose out to Sporting Kansas City here at the StubHub Center for the first time since 2010. Keep it right here. Our post-game show rolls on right after this.
Come in now and get the 2016 you've been waiting for at Toyota's annual clearance event. Save big with an incredible $2,500 factory cash back on a new 2016 Camry, $2,000 back on a new Sienna or the redesigned Prius. Get $1,500 cash back on a new Corolla or $1,000 back on a new Tundra. It all ends September 6th, so hurry in before they're gone. Must take delivery from 2016 new car dealer stock by midnight September 6th. Offers may vary by region.
When you buy or lease any new Toyota, you get Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. There's even lockout protection and 24-hour roadside assistance. See your Toyota dealer for details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska. Toyota, let's go places.
It's a new era for the LA Galaxy, with new players and familiar faces. For the past 22 years, our goal has remained the same, to be the last team standing. This is LA. On Tuesday, July 4th at StubHub Center, 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on Real Salt Lake. Purchase your tickets today at lagalaxy.com/tickets.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. Power up like a pro. Contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Scarves up, wheels up. Buckle up, LA, for non-stop flights to more than 38 cities nationwide with Alaska Airlines. As fans of one of the most decorated clubs in league history, it's only right that you get tons of non-stop access to your favorite destinations, including many road games from one of the finest airlines in the land. Pack your bags, pack your jersey, and pack your full 90 for non-stop flights to cheer on the Galaxy when they go on the road. Scarves up, wheels up. Buckle up for non-stop flights on Alaska Airlines.
Tonight, some of the greatest artists, performers, and athletes in the world will be pouring their souls out at stadiums and theaters across this city. Tonight, thousands of fans will lose themselves in a sea of like-minded strangers. We still have a few tickets if you'd like to join. We know this may not be a convenient time for you. We know it's not easy to get out. But something amazing is going to happen tonight. And we think you should be there. StubHub, your ticket out.
Welcome back. The dying embers tonight as we do the post-mortem. It continues here on LAGalaxy.com. Alongside Ralph Perez, I'm Christian Miles. LA 2-1 losers tonight to Sporting Kansas City. And you look at it on paper, no shame in losing to the team that clearly is the best in the West. This is a very well-balanced and a very well-organized Sporting Kansas City team here. But just a reminder, the lesson of the match is brought to you by SNHU. See yourself succeed at snhu.edu. Let's look at the numbers here, Ralph. Shots, LA 17, Sporting Kansas City 10. In terms of shots on target, 5-5. Sporting in the driver's seat, up 2-0 at halftime. You know, we talked about being without 7 starters here for LA. One thing you cannot fault is the effort.
No, you can't fault the effort in the second half. And I think as a coach, you know, you love it when your team comes back and fights. And even though you come up short 2-1, it's kind of frustrating because you're looking for, then you'll take a tie, you know, and you know, that's the sad part. But I think overall, you know, you give a little credit where credit's deserved. You know, I think that Kansas City came in and played a very good first half. I think the second half was a little more difficult for them because of, you know, how it turned out from the standpoint that the Galaxy pushed, but then they just ran out of time and just couldn't get that equalizer. But you got to give them credit for bending but not breaking. And you know, the changes I think came. They gave a little bit of a help, but overall, you know, for me, I think the way that the Galaxy went through the game tonight for almost 60 minutes, it just wasn't a team that was in sync, was in rhythm. At times looked a little bit flat, but mentally as well. But I thought the last 30 minutes, they showed good character and showed some tremendous effort there.
Showed a lot of heart tonight. You got to remember and keep it in the bigger picture right now. This is game 3 of 6 games in the space of 17 days. The busiest stretch of the season here for LA. Their 3rd game in a week. A lot of these veterans asked to play longer minutes like Ashley Cole. A lot of the youngsters stepping into the floor with 7 starters out tonight. So it was always going to be a huge ask. Not many players missing in the meantime here for Sporting Kansas City. And even though things did change, Sporting really adapting a different posture in the second half, trying to absorb a lot of the pressure when it comes to killing things off. I mean, if you're Curt Onalfo, you really can't be faulted too much, and you can't be too disappointed against the team that know how to lock it down better than any other team in Major League Soccer.
No, I think you're right. I think you know, you can look at things and you can find you know, things that maybe when you look over the overall picture. But yeah, right now, just this moment, you could see the disappointment in the team, the coaches walking off the field because they were really pushing to try to get one there and try to make things a little better for themselves. And unfortunately, it just didn't happen. But you know, it's a shame because, you know, you want to come and you knew it was a big match. You wanted to give it a good effort tonight. You're at home. You want to try to change that feeling of your fortress, being invincible. But again, another loss at home, and it does, you know, make you scratch your head now. What is the problem at home? You fixed the remedy on the road, but the problem at home.
All right, I want to dive into that a little bit deeper with you in the next segment. We're going to take our final break here on LAGalaxy.com. To keep it right here, the post-game show continues after this Galaxy loss. Next.
It's a new era for the LA Galaxy with new players and familiar faces. For the past 22 years, our goal has remained the same: to be the last team standing. This is LA. On Tuesday, July 4th at StubHub Center, 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on Real Salt Lake. Purchase your tickets today at LAGalaxy.com/tickets.
Tonight, some of the greatest artists, performers, and athletes in the world will be pouring their souls out at stadiums and theaters across this city. Tonight, thousands of fans will lose themselves in a sea of like-minded strangers. We still have a few tickets if you'd like to join. We know this may not be a convenient time for you. We know it's not easy to get out. But something amazing is going to happen tonight. And we think you should be there. StubHub, your ticket out.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we have just one goal: your success. As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, we're dedicated to helping the entire LA Galaxy family succeed. And that includes their fierce, die-hard fans. Choose from over 200 online degree programs and gain the skills and expertise you need to succeed in your field. Visit snhu.edu/LAGalaxy.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
I'm Chris Klein, president of the LA Galaxy, and we are a client of City National Bank. When we look at our organization on the field and then off the field, we want to put together a great team, and City National has become part of that team. The business side of the game starts long before the whistle kicks off, from setting the stadium up to understanding how to sell tickets to watch our great team play this game. For our business to function, we need to have a reliable bank as part of our team. Our brand grows as the sport of soccer grows, and City National helps us bring Galaxy to the world. I love my job. I love coming to work every day and being part of an organization like the LA Galaxy. It's the team across the league that everyone looks at, that everyone wants to be a part of. Anyone that we're involved with, we want to be the best, whether the players we put on the field or who we bank with, and we have that with City National. City National is the way up for the LA Galaxy.
City National Bank, the way up. Learn more at cnb.com/LA Galaxy, member FDIC.
Looking at the scoreboard, it's sad, sad reading once again, but for the fourth time in their 8 games here at the StubHub Center, the LA Galaxy coming up short, 2-1 losers on this occasion to a very good Sporting Kansas City team. I'm Christian Miles, filling in for the big shot himself, Joe Tatino, joined by head coach Ralph Perez. And we look at this one, the final conviction, and in final judgment here, I mean, this is always going to be a big ask. We talked about all the starters out. Looking at the selection here and the tactics from Curt Onalfo, did he get this one right, even though he had the deck stacked against him?
Well, I think, you know, one of the things is that you looked at Wednesday's game and you say, okay, we went with this lineup, and he thought, okay, I could come back with a little tweak here and there, where he brought in Villarreal to stay in the lineup defensively with Rafa, you know. But I think the challenge there was that they got dominated in that first half.
That was a huge decision tonight.
And they paid dearly with some mistakes, mental errors, goalkeeping mental mistakes, and go down 2-0. And then I think the second half, obviously, you know, the change of, you know, bringing João Pedro on clearly helped immensely in the middle of midfield. But I think the overall situation is that, you know, he's been having to juggle a lot, and in fairness to him, the amount of injuries over the course of this whole part of the season has been high. Secondly, I think the success they've had on the road, the attentiveness that you have to have on the road, the success of the way they played was there. I think sometimes you think coming home is going to be something that you resolves tiredness.
Usually that's the case.
And it's a remedy, but it didn't work tonight. They came up short. But now it's a matter of, you know, hey, can you regroup a little bit? Can you get some players back that are healthy? And then, you know, filter that team back to get your best players on the park. But clearly for me, the way the season's gone this year, a lot of young players, a lot of players that maybe originally you didn't think were going to get starting minutes have gotten that, and have gotten appearances as well. So overall, I think this is all going to be beneficial down at the end when the Galaxy are fighting for a playoff spot.
Let's look back. This game will be remembered for individual errors, and not to be critical, but we've got to point out the elephant in the room right now. Clement Diop gets it all wrong. Do the Galaxy, how do they address this? Because this is not the first time this has happened. Is this a situation where, hey, the transfer market's coming around the corner, Rowe has had his injury problems. Do LA need to go out and really, for the first time in a long time, get an out-and-out true #1 goalkeeper?
Well, that's a big question that I think that the coaching staff and are going to have to really look at. You know, I mean, because I think early in the year they think they had 2 good keepers, and then injury occurred, and then also, you know, Diop has been up and down. So you have to really say, okay, we're going to give him more time, or are we going to look? There's rumors circulating. If you read all the things that go around, you know, they're looking at Ospina, the Colombian. But, you know, overall, you know, you've got to think about, for me, there's a lot of issues, you know, there. I mean, you mentioned on the broadcast, you know, how limited goals have been scored by forwards, people that are being paid to be goal scorers, and a limitation there. So do you go out and spend your money there?
That would be the conventional wisdom.
Well, I think, you know, those are the things. I mean, I think that, you know, you look at the way Diop played on Wednesday night against Colorado, you know, you were happy with his performance.
Yeah.
But he's young, and he's a young goalkeeper, and he's getting an opportunity at a young age to be in the MLS, and you're going to have these nights. So those are decisions that I think the brass as well as the coaching staff are going to have to really talk about over the weeks to come.
There's plenty to talk about in the summer transfer market. One Frenchman in town this week, André-Pierre Gignac, could be exactly the tonic that LA need, because let's remember those 2 goals scored by Jack McBean on Wednesday night were the first 2 goals scored by a Galaxy striker this season. So you just wonder what's going through the head right now of Chris Klein, Pete Vagenas, and the Galaxy brass as they look to take full advantage and spend some money here and perhaps give themselves a real good chance to make a nice run deep into the playoffs. And well, perhaps some needs that need to be addressed. We shall see as time wears on. Final thoughts tonight, Ralph, before we sign off here as LA gets set for a U.S. Open clash, a U.S. Open Cup clash against Sacramento Republic on Wednesday night, and then next weekend in San Jose before a 4th of July tilt against Real Salt Lake.
Well, I think, you know, the way the schedule is and the way it is really just they're coming fast and furious. So it's a matter of just, you know, getting players healthy, getting players back, recuperating, regenerating your guys and getting them ready for the games that are coming up. And at least they're not far, you know, 2 are here. So that makes life a little easier. And, you know, I just think that, you know, the way things are going for the Galaxy at this moment, it's a lot better situation for them today than it was 3 months ago. And so they're making the progress that you want to see with this young team.
All right, the unbeaten run is over as the snap ends at 8 in Major League Soccer, 10 overall. Once again, the final score tonight from the StubHub Center in Carson. LA Galaxy 1, Sporting Kansas City 2. On behalf of all the good people down here at the StubHub Center, my partner Ralph Perez, Christy and Rico behind the scenes up in the booth. I'm Christian Miles saying good night from Carson.
Galaxy fans, Papa John's has a new offer for you this season. Every Galaxy game day, get 50% off your online order of regular menu price items using promo code GALAXY at papajohns.com. That's right. Cheer on the Galaxy every game day with 50% off your entire online order at Papa John's. Enter promo code GALAXY online at papajohns.com to redeem better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, official partner of the LA Galaxy. Scarves up, wheels up. Buckle up, LA, for nonstop flights to more than 38 cities nationwide with Alaska Airlines. As fans of one of the most decorated clubs in league history, it's only right that you get tons of nonstop access to your favorite destinations, including many road games from one of the finest airlines in the land. Pack your bags, pack your jersey, and pack your full 90 for nonstop flights to cheer on the Galaxy when they go on the road. Scarves up, wheels up. Buckle up for nonstop flights on Alaska Airlines.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. Power up like a pro. Contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Tonight, some of the greatest artists, performers, and athletes in the world will be pouring their souls out at stadiums and theaters across this city. Tonight, thousands of fans will lose themselves in a sea of like-minded strangers. We still have a few tickets if you'd like to join. We know this may not be a convenient time for you. We know it's not easy to get out. But something amazing is going to happen tonight. And we think you should be there. StubHub, your ticket out.
LA Galaxy is presented by Herbalife. Nutrition for a better life. StubHub. Hey, Galaxy fans. StubHub is your ticket out. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the LA Galaxy. And Toyota. Let's go places. LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. StubHub. Hey, Galaxy fans. StubHub is your ticket out. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the LA Galaxy. And SNHU. See yourself succeed at snhu.edu.